Ellwood City has had a long tradition in football being played at the Ewing Park Sports Complex, just a little drive from the school. But that's not where the Wolverine football started. The day, October 16th, 2023, will mark the 70th anniversary of football being played at Helling Stadium. But before there, football was played near the school grounds on a field called Lawrence Field, traditionally where the choir, band, and big gym are located today. The first season played at Lawrence Field, later named Lincoln Field, was in 1921. The field was located at the current parking lot at Lincoln High School. The last game played at Lincoln Field was October 3rd, 1953 versus Aliquippa. Aliquippa won 13-6. The last touchdown scored at Lincoln Field was a 50-yard touchdown pass from Reno Angelone to Ray Johnston from Ellwood City. But a big project was in the making that took over a year to plan, map out, and finalize, as the Wolverines would have a new home for the upcoming season. October 16th, 1953 was when the first football game was played in Ewing Park Sports Complex at Ewing Park Stadium versus Clairton. Clairton won 32-12. The first touchdown scored at the field was by Bill Hill for Clairton on a 9-yard run. Ellwood City's first touchdown in Ewing Park was a 43-yard touchdown pass from Reno Angelone, you guessed it, to Ray Johnston. More plans came together just a year later to make the complex that much more accommodating. The field house at Ewing Park Stadium was constructed in 1954. 15 years later, on September 12, 1969, Ewing Park Stadium was renamed Helling Stadium in honor of Dr. H.E. Helling, a local physician for more than 60 years and a school board member for 31 years. The last game played at the original field in Ewing Park, Helling Stadium, was on November 7, 1997, a playoff game versus Brownsville. Brownsville won 14-7. The last touchdown scored by Ellwood City on the field was a 33-yard touchdown run by Dave Gardner. The last touchdown scored on the field overall was a 25-yard touchdown pass from Mike Patitucci to Quentin Biddings. A new era was arriving for Ellwood City, and that included a new, reconstructed football field. The first football game played at the reconstructed Helling Stadium was October 10, 1998 versus Moon. Moon won 34-7. The first ever touchdown scored on the new field was a 1-yard run by Pat Miller from Moon. The first Ellwood City touchdown on the field was a 25-yard touchdown pass from Santino Sonny Riccio to Ben Lucarelli. The field has seen a lot of games played during that time, but the push for turf field lingered for several years, even decades. Finally, something big and new, never done before in Ellwood, was coming. Artificial turf was upon us for the Wolverines. The first game played at the current renovated Helling Stadium with artificial turf was October 14, 2023 versus Beaver Falls. Beaver Falls won 42-13. The first touchdown scored on the field was a 58-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Brickner to Richard Singleton. The first touchdown scored by Ellwood City on the new turf was a 17-yard run by Elijah Palmer McCain. Ellwood City has also had the ability to play soccer, have practice for the band, the cheerleaders, and the teams when weather is not permitting. Spring training and conditioning for other sports like baseball and softball can also be conducted on the new turf field, opening new possibilities to future plans and activities. As the history continues to build for Ellwood City and Lincoln High School, one thing is certain: build it and they will come. Thanks to Daring Schilling, Lincoln High School administration, as well as our great friend at Lawrence County Memoirs, Jeff Bales Jr. Please check out his website for more information regarding all things Lawrence County Memoirs at lcmemoirs.com. Record books are made to be broken. That was the theme this past Friday night, as the Wolverines and New Bright Lions combined for 102 points, the second most points scored on the season in WPIL football season. The scoring was underway by the Lions, as big catch wide receiver Mike Vion caught a 24-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Brian Taylor. The PAT was good by Farina to make the early score 7-0 New Brighton. Ellwood City was denied points on their first drive, but a great interception by Richard Cureton set the Wolverines up with a short field that was capped off by a great catch by wide receiver Dominic Hogue in the end zone from quarterback Chris Smiley. The two-point conversion was good by Elijah Palmer McCain to make the early score 8-7 in favor of Ellwood. Scoring intensified in the second quarter as New Brighton put up 13 points on the board. But they were outdone by Ellwood City, who scored 27 points in the quarter, the most they have done in a quarter since the turn of the century. Scores by Palmer McCain, Hogue, and Dante Pierce via the pass gave Smiley 4 passing touchdowns in the first half alone, another big feat by the Wolverines. A late halftime score by New Brighton kept the game close enough at half as the score read 35-20 in favor of Ellwood City. Wolverines received the second half kick and took only 2 plays, 15 seconds for the next score, as Elijah Palmer McCain ran the ball in from 14 yards out. Ellwood would add to the scoreboard 3 more times in the fourth quarter alone, 2 by EPM, and another great catch by senior Michael Walters. EPM finished with almost 300 yards in the night and accounted for 5 scores. Meanwhile, Smiley almost threw for 300 yards and had 5 passing touchdowns. Another great big mark for the Ellwood City Wolverines. Ellwood City would finish the game with over 600 total yards on offense while putting up a 62-40 victory. The 62 points were the most by Ellwood City since 1997. Now the question that everyone is asking, will the hot streak continue for the offense? And will it continue into Week 7, where the Wolverines will take their first steps on an opponent's field? How will the Wolverines fare against a historically dominant team in the Beaver Falls Tigers? It's Ellwood City. It's Beaver Falls Tigers. The Interstate 18 rivalry is next on Ellwood City Sports.
Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we come to you tonight from Reeves Field down here in Beaver Falls, the beautiful Geneva College, where tonight the Beaver Falls Tigers are taking and hosting our Ellwood City Wolverines. What a beautiful night for football in this Section Class 3A matchup between the Tigers and the Wolverines. It's October. It's Beaver County, Pennsylvania. You got the crisp, cool breeze in the air, the beautiful leaves up there at this beautiful field here. Thad Sturgeon alongside Brad Windhorst and our cameraman Dakota Marshall. A pretty full press box here at Geneva. It's big, but when you get 2 teams coming in, and I'm just going to say it, this is almost has the feel of a playoff game because of we're coming out to that point in the season. Wolverines coming in at 4-3, 2-2 in the conference. Beaver Falls 3-4 overall, 2-2 in the conference. Brad, you have the standings up here.
Yep. And Thad, you texted me this morning about a lot of options and a lot of opportunities to be had tonight. Not necessarily playoff clinching tonight here in our game, but around the MAC conference, what was it? Mohawk, Neshannock, Western Beaver, like 4 teams could potentially do it
quite
tonight.
Simply, if you look at your screen now, if Mohawk, who's taking on Freedom tonight, if Mohawk defeats Freedom, and I think they will, Mohawk is in, Neshannock is in, Western Beaver is in. They're taking 5 teams for the playoffs. The Wolverines quite essentially need to win 1 of their next 3 games to find a path to the playoffs, and that could be happen here tonight. The Wolverines coming in off a huge offensive explosion last week, beating the New Brighton Lions 62-40. Amazing stat, in that game, there was exactly 1,100 yards of total offense. The defensive player of the game was the end zone because people had to stop running when they got to it. But
it was a scene from what's that video called? Oh, that's right, Forrest Gump.
Yes,
when he says "run home, run," go home, and he just kept going.
and that was led by Elijah Palmer McCain. He's gone. He's the leading rusher in the WPIAL. Quite a feat for Elijah. He's got 1,098 yards on the year, averaging 6.2 per carry, 10 touchdowns on the year.
After last year's 1,056, he's done better than that. And Thad, we're talking
3 games to go.
We still got 3 games, and then on top of it, he's just a junior.
Yes, he is just a junior. But not to take anything away from Elijah, Chris Smiley's coming in. He's passing for about a 52% clip. Had 1,077 yards on the year so far, 12 TDs. only 6 interceptions. I think that's key. And another stat we don't talk about a lot, Brad, the Ellwood City Wolverines have only fumbled the ball 4 times so far. I mean, they fumbled it, but they only given up 4 fumbles all year. So possession has been key. You got Chris Smiley out there throwing the ball around to his favorite receiver, Michael Walters. 26 receptions on the year, averaging 13.7. He's also going to find Daylon Curie and Luciano Gagrick.
And another big one that we had last week was that Dominic Hogue. He came through 71 yards, not big numbers there per se, but he had the 2 touchdowns. And if you recall, that first touchdown that Ellwood scored, it was in the back left corner of the end zone. He tiptoed in, got that touchdown. He had some big plays on 3rd down. And when you score 2 touchdowns as a receiver, not knocking Ellwood, but as an Ellwood receiver, two catches for 2 touchdowns. That's big for right now.
Yes, it is.
Last week,
and that's one thing I'll say about the Wolverines, and we will talk about Beaver Falls here a little bit in a moment, but the Beaver Falls, or Ellwood City, is they got to pass, they got to run, and they're spreading the ball around. Luciano Gagrick's got 9 receptions on the year. Declan Gray, we saw him used last week a little bit more. Elijah Palmer McCain, he had a huge run last week, a catch and run of 53 yards out of the backfield. Last week you had it up there, Brad. I think Smiley was 14 for 19.
Yeah.
To be exact. In fact, he was on some of the WPIAL websites. They have a poll. He was the small school player of the week. Brad had on there the starting defense.
Yeah, I would say we had the offense and defense, pretty healthy Ellwood City team tonight. Obviously, we're still missing Gavin Partridge and Maddox as well, Maddox Singer.
Yep.
But
shout out to Maddox. I was down on the field beforehand. And
surgery went well.
Surgery went well. He's actually ahead of schedule. That schedule was long with an ACL and meniscus. But Maddox, I don't know if you're here tonight. If you're home listening, love you, man, and get well. We'll see you out here next year for certain. And Gavin Partridge, the collarbone, it's coming. They were hoping it would come faster, but if this team goes to playoffs, we'll get to see Gavin here.
Absolutely.
Moving forward. Come to Beaver Falls now. Beaver Falls coming in, averaging 31.7 points per game. The opponents are averaging 20. As I said, they're 3-4. And I'll give the head coach, Nick Nardone, Ellwood City's own Nick Nardone, credit. His non-section games, he's not afraid to take on. He's not afraid to take on Black Hawk. He's not afraid to take on a very good Beaver team that they lost to 31-28. They'll play a really good knock team that's probably better than what we thought they were.
Yeah, they're 4-1 in section play, I think. So they're
really good. Move in, and they only lost to them by 4 points. Beaver Falls, a long history here, Brad. This is the 95th time that the Beaver Falls Tigers have played the Ellwood City Wolverines, and you'll see they're on your screen.
Yep, we'll call it the I-18 or Interstate 18, just a little trip down 18.
I like it.
Yeah, we got past the FER because the Lions, Tigers, Bears, and we got to get past it. I-18 series, all-time leading is Beaver Falls. They tripled up basically in a sense, 66, 24, and 5. And most recently, they've gone a 5-win streak. If you look at the most recent games, Beaver Falls, overall, they're averaging 20 points per game since, back in the day in 1907. But more importantly, the past 5 games, they've been averaging right around 38 to 40 points per game. So, and on the flip side, if it's Ellwood, you're averaging less than 5. So
we've played them, I think, every year since 1995. I went back that far, and we've beat them 3 times.
Yeah.
So,
but of those 3 games, they were like crucial ones. If you recall, they beat them 28-0, and that was that one year where they had that was the first win that broke a
17-18 game losing streak, and that win was after they had just won a state championship. Beaver Falls coming in, last year's runner-up, 2A. I beg your pardon. Yeah, last year's 2A runner-up, and the year before they were also the runner-up. So the history is deep here at Beaver Falls, and we'll get into some of their players here a little bit more. They lost a lot of really good players last year.
They did.
I think that's why we're looking at a 3-4 team, where last year we probably came in here at 6-0, 7-0 with the talent that they had. But it's Beaver Falls. They reload, and I'm expecting to see a very, very good game here tonight. They're rushing. Deshaun Buford's carried the ball 86 times for an 8.1 average, and Deshaun Anderson, just a few carries less, 64 times with a 6.2 average per carry.
Yep, before they do the coin toss and everything here, big thing for us is keys to the games, and that's limiting big plays. Big hitters have been the key factor, the big issue for Ellwood City on defense. If somebody can throw the ball up and over the coverage, and that goes pretty far. Clock management will be big, as well as the high-power offense. Can we see if that high-power offense last week that put up 62 points, will it come into play tonight? I mean, they're going to have to put up 30, 40 points. You're not going to stop Beaver Falls. You can only slow them down.
Well, and I think one of the other keys for the Wolverines, and I kind of talked about them, turnovers. And Dakota, I missed that. What do we get for
Ellwood 1 and deferred.
Yes. Okay, Ellwood C 1 and deferred with our captains out there. I think one of the other keys is Wolverines just can't give up easy points. You don't want to give a kickoff return. You don't want to give an interception for return and that field position, or a fumble recovered and returned. I think that's one of the keys, is not to give up them easy points for Beaver Falls. You know, Beaver Falls, I said, they're averaging 31 points a game, and there's really no blowouts. And they beat New Brighton by 63 points. That ups your average a little bit as well. So moments away here from kickoff. Miss Caitlin Kreitzer is out there. We'll be doing the kickoff duties. And back deep to receive is number 5, Damiano Sims, and number 1, Gary Petey Pugh. A little further away from the field than what we're used to. Our first away game. Hard to believe, as we're in week 8. And we're just moments away from week 8 getting underway. Here's the run up and the kick. And game is underway. And overhand kick bounces there to 20, taken there at the 16-yard line. Oh, big time hit. Happy birthday. Caden Docchio in there, takes the 17th birthday and starts with a huge hit on number 5, Damiano Sims.
Number 6.
Oh, so Michael Blackshear.
Blackshear?
Yep,
Okay.
Yep, you're good.
So not much, about a 5-yard return on that for the Beaver Falls Tigers. And they will have it 1st and 10, ball at just right there at the 20-yard line. So coming up to the line and under in the shotgun is number 1. And he's going to keep it, comes around that left side, gives chase, makes a man miss. Another man miss, he's up that sidelines, and a nice run up to the 37-yard line. Picked up 17 yard lines as he was taken down there.
Number 39.
By Declan O'Brien. A big first down on the keeper there. So 14-yard gain.
And that was number 4, Zayshawn McKelvey.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Numbers are not easy to see.
Yeah,
I'm
trying to use the binoculars here. For some reason, I'm not picking them up that well. Getting a little glare here off the light side, off that. So do apologize for that. We're a little tight for room here tonight. Not complaining, beautiful setting here at Beaver Falls. So yes, number 4, McKelvey on the keeper, comes up the middle this time, met with resistance there. The ball's out and going to be jumped on. I do believe Beaver Falls heads up play there by McKelvey. I thought he was stopped in the POW. We wear headphones, so we can't hear the whistle anyway. The ball rolls forward, jumped on there by McKelvey. Makes that 4-yard gain into a 9.5-yard gain. Going to be a 2nd down and 1.
Just a side note, they barely got that off. The play clock was
okay.
at 0.
Yeah, you're going to have to help me with that, Dakota. I can't see that here tonight with the pillar in front of me. So send a man in motion. This time the keeper once again up the middle he goes, bounces it to the outside, and taken down there by number 1, Hogue, but enough for a first down.
There's numbers we're missing as well.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah, there's a number 23, and I don't have a number 23 on any roster.
Okay. We'll get her figured out here, folks. But second first down now for Beaver Falls as the ball sitting right at midfield on the 50-yard line. McKelvey, who's not been a quarterback yet on our stat line, deep in the shotgun, sends a man in motion. On the keeper, up the middle he goes. That time makes a man miss. That was number 22. Or no, 23.
Yeah, and that's the number we don't have.
Okay, we'll try. So pick up a 5 on the play. And the public address announcer don't have a number 23 either. Has he announced it yet, Dakota?
I haven't heard.
Okay, so pick up a 5. So now brings up a second down and 5 for Beaver Falls. So we're just going to have to call him number 23?
Bricks roll.
Roll. Okay. Man on the keeper. Up the middle he goes. He's got a little bit of a seam. He's going to have enough for a first down. Declan O'Brien and Dante Pierce there to slow him up. Needed 5. Got about 6. So Beaver Falls coming out. And it's been just straight ahead run. Now in that shotgun. Breeze picking up here a little bit. And coming through that line, up that left side. Gets over one. That's number 4 all the way down to the 19-yard line. McKelvey on the keeper that time.
Number 23 drove him out of bounds.
And Richard Curitan gets the stop, but a big gain all the way down to the 23. And Beaver Falls wasting no time driving the ball here on their first possession. And I think maybe this is just catching the Wolverines a little bit off guard, the offense that they're running right now. There are some players missing tonight. Buford and Anderson, their main running backs, are not in the lineup. So now this time we have number 23, and your name was?
Bricks roll.
Bricks roll. Got a man down there, throws it up, and pass was intended. Harris, and in coverage back there, almost triple coverage, but he almost came down with it. I believe O'Brien was back there to help break it up. 2nd and 10 now. Number 70, Jacob Jessamine, 5'10", 270 sophomore, the center, out over the line. That's a solid 270. Now, McKelvey this time. High snap, gets it saved, under pressure, gets chased, makes a man miss, makes another man miss, and I tell you what, McKelvey, give him credit. The snap was a bit high. He was able to corral it in the air, and Declan O'Brien was given chase. I think Daccio was in there, but the speed of McKelvey got around that right side. Michael Walters ended up tracking him down, but not after a 7-yard gain. He ran about 20 yards to get that 7. Now, a first third down tonight, 3rd and 3. The Wolverines now need to tighten up on this 3rd down. Under center is number 10. Handoff up the middle he goes, making all the way into the end zone for the Beaver Falls. 16-yard run for the touchdown, number 23. And they made that look easy, Brad. There's no other way to say it.
Yep.
That ball started on a 20-yard line. They went 80 yards in probably 6 plays.
They basically said, try to stop the run game and have at it.
I think there was 3. They're moving quarterbacks so fast. I think there was 3 different quarterbacks on that. I mean, really.
We expected it. I mean, when you shuffle the roster a little bit.
Brooks Rowe?
Bricks roll. That would be number 28.
Okay, 28 is now 23.
Yes.
Okay. So they're going for 2 and gets it. Rolls his way in there. And just like that, 8:09 remaining. That drive just a little less than 4 minutes. Take the ball 80 yards to make the score 8-0. Let's take a timeout. Catch your breath. Welcome back, folks. 8:09 remaining here in this first quarter as the Tigers take the early 8-0 lead. Number 16 kicking off, drive and kick. Picked up there at about the 22-yard line is Elijah Palmer McCain, and he's dumped to the ground at the 35-yard line. So a nice 13-yard return there for Elijah Palmer McCain. The Wolverines will set up shop at the 35-yard line. So a nice crowd here for Beaver Falls. We got the band right in front of us here at Beaver Falls, and I like it. They put the band right in the center of the stands. The opportunity for everyone to get into it. So Chris Smiley, the junior southpaw, comes out, and Elijah Palmer McCain right behind him. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Davis comes in tight to block. There's a handoff to Elijah. Brought it up quickly there. Gains about 3 yards on the play. Brought down by number 12, Kenny Jewell III. Going to give him about 2 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 8. So Ellwood City, after last week's 600-yard offensive performance, now. So some confusion on the defense on the other side. Smiley surveys. He has time. Oh, outreached arms of number 5.
Yeah, he was wide open.
Daylon Curie. Smiley had almost too much time back there to look around and see things. The opportunity was there. So now a 3rd down and 8. The Wolverines are 35 for 84 on the season. So that's not a bad number if you're at 42% on my quick Ellwood City math. So 3rd and 8, Smiley in the shotgun, 2 wide outs, right, 2 left. He back to pass. Has some pressure, stays in the
wide
pocket.
open.
Wide open down there is number 5. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown! Ellwood City. Daylon Curie with the 63-yard catch. He was so wide open. He looked like an only child that was homeschooled at his 20-year class reunion. Nobody else was there. Wide open.
I got nothing for that one.
8-6 Wolverines.
Wow.
That drive took less than a minute. 3 plays. Huge.
The passing game coming through.
It did. It did. And there was more people out there than what Beaver Falls could cover. Going for 2. Wanting to keep stride. Smiley. Back to pass. Looks. Oh, just a little too high for the outstretched hands.
Yeah, he had to throw it high there.
Curie. And I think he had to throw high because he had people at the line standing in front of him. So just like that, it's 8-6 in favor of Beaver Falls. Both teams scoring on their first drive. That was a beautiful, beautiful pass play there for Daylon.
And if we have anything like last week, my goodness.
Do we got a shootout going on here?
Well, so far 80 yards and 65 yards. You combine those two, we already have a $145, and we're not even 5 minutes into this first quarter. Wow.
Yes,
my goodness. And that was just a product of it was open the first time. Let's just go right back to the bread and butter. And it was wide open.
Wide open. And
2 posts, and he went right to the post.
That's 13 touchdown passes for him on the year, and hit him in stride. It was that simple. I mean, 63 yards, I believe it was.
Yeah, because 2 yards
and that was about 35 of that was in the air.
And another weird, wacky stat. He's 1 for 2 and a touchdown. My goodness, what a crazy start to this one.
So now Kreitzer. Here's the run up and the kick. High kick. It's going to bounce. Hits off of him. He picks it up. Oh, hit there again. Daccio gives him no chance of a return. Number 6, I believe it was, Blackshear. Yep. And Daccio's being a beast tonight.
Yep, we need it.
We do need it. And Dodge is coming in. We're going to talk about the defense. Leading tackler on the team with 58 tackles, 37 of them unassisted, 6.5 sacks. He wants to gain on that tonight. Next leading in tackles is Peyton O'Brien, the junior, with 30 tackles, and he has 2 sacks.
So they're saying the 27-yard line officially.
Okay. Just a lot of action here.
Yeah, if I say
early
that,
I'm trying to try to get the names of the players.
Yeah.
Number 10 hands off to number 23. Hit there by number 1 and 39. That was Dominic Hogue and O'Brien in there. As Rawl tried to, they're going to give him about 2.5 yards, we'll say.
Yeah, Thad, if you hear me saying some stats, it's for me.
Okay, nope, we got it.
Tough angles here every once in a while.
Yeah, we're kind of down here at about the 35-yard line. So
this may be the most time that has been taken off this clock with a breather. Tight formation.
So Caden Brickner in there under center. There's a handoff. Bouncing up through there is Rawl. Driven down there. Going to pick up about another 3 yards. We'll give him 2. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Ball at the 31-yard line.
I believe that was Twaddell with the tackle.
Okay.
I believe
73.
So. Yep.
Twaddell with the tackle. Now the Wolverines on 3rd down defensively, the opponents are 20 of 76. So they're keeping them under that 30% mark for the season, and that could be a key stat here tonight for the Wolverines defense to get off the field. Let your offense get out there and do their thing. Direct snap. Outside Daccio wraps him, takes him down, and finished off. Was Daccio got his legs around him. Looked like Gray came in there to finish him off.
Yep,
he had a head of steam. But Dodge got the ankles, and Gray cleaned him up. So there's your 4th down we were looking for, Brad, for the Wolverine fans. Going to bring up a 4th down and 5. So into punt, I believe is McKelvey. Had a stoppage of play, a flag on the play. Now it's 4th and 5. Let's see who this is on.
And they pointed to Ellwood, so they're telling him we're going to send him back. Looks like a false start.
I just wondered, did the guy line up? I think there was a lineup situation.
Yes, correct.
So going to bring up a 4th and 10. McKelvey, not very deep to punt. Is it? Kicks it, a nice end over and hit. Oh, fair catch.
Oh, no.
Loses the ball. It's on the ground.
That's
picked up.
what you can't do.
I think it's picked up by Beaver Falls.
Yeah, I think so too.
Ellwood's pointing, and Ellwood did recover that.
Who did recover that? Is that Dante?
I believe
it was Dante
Pierce was
My
in there.
Goodness.
And he saved the day on that drive for Ellwood City because there was about 3 black shirts. I don't know how Dante got in there and got it, but the men in stripes say that he did. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Nice field position now at the 44-yard line. So the Wolverines scoring on their first drive of the night. Get the ball here at almost midfield. We're going to call it the 44-yard line. Logan McClymans, the center, out over the ball. Got 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Smiley back to pass. Wants to go. Finds McCain out of the. Oh, nice tackle.
Yep,
Picked
give
up
credit.
about 3 on the play. But number 2, Denare Harris, was in there to make sure Elijah Palmer McCain was going no further.
And Thad, if he was not there, he's still running. He could have easily gotten the first down and more.
He might have been to the bridge down there.
Absolutely.
So 2nd down and 3. We saw the Wolverines do that last week, send a lot of people deep. If it wasn't there, Smiley had the wherewithal to kind of dump it out. Hand off to Elijah Palmer. Hit hard.
Wow.
With authority he was hit. Going to get about 2 yards on the play.
That was Christian Dawkins.
Dawkins with the tackle.
Number 9.
So now, another 3rd down now for the Wolverines. Last time on 3rd down, they went for 63 yards and a touchdown.
I like the aggressiveness so far, passing-wise. Maybe that'll open up the run game as well at the same time.
So Smiley in the shotgun on this 3rd and 6. Gets the snap. Back to pass.
There
Fires
he is.
it down there. Got his man, Luciano Gagric.
Right.
Needed 6, got 7. A nice pitch and catch there. Smiley to Gagric. And tackled by Taylor of the Tigers. That is enough for an Ellwood City first down. So Wolverines now find themselves in Beaver Falls territory. Under center, handoff, Elijah. Bottled up there, grabbed by number 54. Gave him nowhere to run, and I don't have a 54. Malachi West was the number 64. Number 64.
These numbers are not the same.
So one of them's right. So gain of 2 on the play for Elijah Palmer McCain. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 8 ball on the 42-yard line. Brings them in a little tight. Back to pass. Got 4 wide receivers downfield. Smiley makes the packet collapses, but he makes a man miss. Goes out there, made something out of nothing with Smiley.
Number
9 with the tackle.
Christian Dawkins with the tackle. Give Smiley credit that time. Everything was covered downfield. Made his legs work that time. Got 2 yards on the play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. Wolverines 2 for 2 on 3rd down so far tonight. So got 2 wide outs to the left. One's pinched a little tight. Fakes the handoff, wants to throw it out there, finds Gagric. Can he make it?
Yes, he
Gets
does.
tackled, and I
gonna
think
be
forward
close.
momentum is going to, he's marked just a skosh short of the line of gain.
They're going to say first down. The far judge says first down.
Nah,
he pointed.
Number 12 with the tackle.
Okay.
Yeah, they're sending the sticks.
Do you see where he's standing?
No, he changed. Well, he pointed first down, then he changed it. I think he got overridden.
Yep, he did. I think he maybe lost his composure a minute. Okay, big 4th down here as the Wolverines are 6 of 22 on 4th downs on the season on this 4th and 1. Smiley in the shotgun. Handoff to Elijah. I think he's got it. Powell
there we
moving
go.
forward, and he needed 1. Got 2. Move the chains, folks. Another first down for the Wolverines. Brought down by a host of Beaver Falls Tigers. You can pick that one out, Brad.
The nice thing about replay.
So now 1st and 10 ball on the 32-yard line. I kind of like how Wolverines are breaking that huddle quickly. They're at the line set with 24 seconds left on the play clock. Smiley under center. Sends Luch in motion. Handoff. Out, trying to go outside is Elijah Palmer McCain, and he's ridden down there by number 68. Unfortunately, I don't.
A lot of these numbers are not matching up at all.
I didn't get that one. We'll listen for next time.
Yeah, we were given official rosters, and they're not matching up.
Wow,
at
this
all.
first quarter, there's only 25 seconds left in it. Where did it go? So 2nd and 6, ball on the 28-yard line. 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. McCain Oh, he moved. They both moved. So that's going to stop the clock with 11 seconds to go in the first quarter.
They're calling offsides.
Wow.
Oh, encroachment.
Okay.
See, I saw Elijah move, but at the same time then I saw Logan McClymans fall back to center like he was hit. So, and that's, roll the clock. I think we're going to go into the end of the first quarter. The Wolverines are going to be content with that. So at the end of one, it's the Beaver Falls Tigers 8, the Ellwood City Wolverines 6. Let's take a quick timeout with them, Brad. Welcome back, folks. Fast-moving first quarter there. Beaver Falls had the ball twice, scored once. Ellwood City had the ball twice, trying to score on that second time of that possession. Ball at the 22-yard line. Smiley hands off there to Elijah, and he gets taken down. Well, about a second and one. I think he's going to get the first down. Yes, he does. They're waving the sticks ahead again. If you're the Wolverines, you're liking seeing them sticks move. That's first down, keeping possession. So, in that first play of the second quarter. Now, gained him one, so it's going to be first and 10, Ellwood City from the 22-yard line. Smiley in the shotgun, 3 wide outs to the left. Sends Palmer all the way out to the right side. Smiley wanted to go. Got his man down there. Wide open. And he's taken down at about the 2-yard line on an awkward hit to number 21.
Yep, A.J. Grinnan.
A.J. Grinnan, one of his first catches of the year, coming out of there. And he was smelling the end zone, but got taken down there right at the 1-yard line. I think everybody on that play focused on Elijah as he just broke out of that backfield to the right side. Now, hand off to Elijah, and there it is. That's a touchdown for the Wolverines as Elijah Palmer McCain gets his 11th touchdown of the year as he goes in from about 2 yards out, making the score 12-8. Extra point forthcoming. I think we'll see him go for 2. That drive for the Wolverines started on their own 44-yard line. A little mix of run and pass on that play. Smiley under center, hand off to Elijah. Does this pinball move?
Second effort. I think he got in.
And we'll wait for and the official says he is in for the extra point. That makes the score 14-8 in favor of our Ellwood City Wolverines. And 10:51 remaining in this second quarter. The Wolverines find themselves up by 6.
I'll tell you what, Thad, these drives by Ellwood City, 11 plays, 57 yards, 5:59. And then the first one was officially, what was it? Oh, boy.
About 80 yards.
What was the first one here? First one, officially looking here. The first drive was 3 plays, 65 yards. That's right.
Yep.
52 seconds. So you're giving up the time of possession, per se, so far in this one. But does it really matter? No, it doesn't so far.
No, it does not. and the Wolverines, I think they're working fast.
Yes.
I don't know how else to describe it or say it. You know, they're getting out there, getting the plays in.
And Thad, another crooked stat line for Chris tonight. 5 for 6, 103, touchdown already.
Wow, he's already got 100 yards passing.
Insane.
For the junior, Chris Smiley. Picking up right where he left off last week. So Miss Caitlin Kreitzer in for the kickoff. Good to see A.J. Grinnan get on the catch line there. At
One more yard.
21-yard reception.
Yeah, just one more yard.
So Kreitzer run up and the kick.
Onside kick here.
Johnny
This is an
onside.
opportunity. It's there. Oh, they got it.
They
baby.
got it. Is he in
Daylon
bounds?
Curry. I think they got it on the fly. They did.
Wow,
did.
Daylon Curry. Look at that. The bench of Wolverines is just going nuts. It bounced. Daylon running down that far side and just got it in this breadbasket in the gut, pulled it in. It's Wolverines' ball. When was the last time we saw an onside kick work? So 1st and 10 from the Wolverines. Starting the drive in Beaver Falls territory at the 45-yard line. So they're getting the official set. They're having a hard time keeping up fast as things are moving. Smiley in a shotgun. 3 wideouts left, 1 to the right. Handoff Elijah. Weaves his way through and going to drive his legs forward.
Like a pinball.
Yep.
Gets down to about the 41, so that should be 4 yards.
Yes. And, yes, gang tackled, as the public address announcer said, by a host because he rolled around
number
him.
4.
Number 4.
So McKelvey officially with the stop, but he had some help with it from his friends. So pick up a 4 on the play, going to bring up a 2nd down and 6. As I said, Beaver Falls has owned the Wolverines in recent years. Smiley, handoff, Luciano Gagrick this time. Taken down quickly, going to pick up about 2. A late flag comes in. And I believe number 54?
I think 54, yeah.
We don't have a 54.
It might have been 64.
Malachi West, he's 54, but it's 64 on the roster.
Yep.
So
And that's a 5.
Oh,
foul
wow.
against the
I think it was a
Tigers.
face mask.
Late face mask there, going to be an easy 15 yards. Well, we had a first quarter with only 1 penalty.
Yeah.
In the second quarter, that's a big one. So the Wolverines now will have the ball, 1st and 10, get another 1st down via penalty.
Yep.
So the Wolverines now setting up shop at the 25-yard line. Smiley under center. Sends Luch in motion. Hands off there to Elijah. And going to get forward progress for about 2 yards. Damian Lee had his arms around him, pulled him back. So going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Wolverines. They're sitting there at the 23-yard line. Wholesale changes. Declan Gray coming in, Michael Walters coming in. We've not seen Michael Walters targeted here yet this evening.
And I'll say it in a good way. He hasn't needed to be targeted so far. And
Well,
this is something
almost a decoy, though.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Maybe that's where you're going with it. Go
we'll
ahead.
talk about it because I think we're going to get a timeout here.
Yeah, they
Yep.
had 10 seconds on the play clock. So.
Yep. So a timeout taken by
The Wolverines.
the Wolverines.
Where
Hey,
I was going with that, Thad, was so far, if you've noticed in all these pass plays, where have they been? Right over the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So they must have seen something with the linebackers with Beaver Falls and the safeties. I have a feeling because we've been able to throw the ball on the outside edges, those safeties are kind of spread out a little bit, which leaves that gap. You send one wide receiver across the field, it drags the linebacker, and there's been a pocket hole on the backside so far. We'll see. I mean, we still got 9:18 left in the first half. We'll see what happens in that second half adjustment per se.
I think this game, maybe seen some adjustments, or maybe both teams came out that first drive not doing what we thought.
Right.
I'm surprised Beaver Falls went away from what they were doing.
Exactly.
Just basically that quarterback keeper, 3 different quarterbacks on that first drive. They got positive yards on every play. They've kind of gone away from that on their second and third possession. Ellwood City, maybe a little more run heavy in the beginning of the games in the past. And like you said, going deep outside the numbers. This night, they're coming inside. Now, on this 2nd down and 8, Back to pass. He's looking. Got his man down there. Wanted to go to Walter. Almost intercepted. He's going to see that one in his sleep as Meach Taylor had his mitts on it. And just as we said that, they were trying to go to Michael Walters.
It's funny how that works.
And I felt it was going to happen. Let's lull them to sleep one way to do what we want to do another way.
And I like the idea. If that was a fade route to the back left corner of the end zone, Walters with that frame, possibly. But that was on the inside. That's where you have to be careful.
The pass was just a little bit short.
Yep.
The
it was a little bit short.
And
right.
I don't think Chris had a chance to really get underneath it like he wanted to. Now, big 3rd down and 8 here. Wolverines perfect on the night for 3rd down. Handoff to Elijah. And, hit hard there. Needed 8. Going to get about 4. Petey Pugh was one of the guys that came up there to put a final lick on him.
And this is a no-brainer here. You're going to go for it here, no doubt.
On this 4th and 4, Wolverines 7 for 23 on the year on 4th down because they got 1 here earlier tonight, if I recall.
Yep, Gackrick is going to be subbed in here, and you know what that means, Dad. This is definitely looking like 4 wide receivers. We'll officially say 3 with Davis on this close left side.
He's on the
there's Gackrick, the tight end.
Yep, Gackrick's the tight end. Back is Smiley.
There he is.
Looks. He has
open
time.
in the middle.
Now,
Open middle. Look middle, baby.
Got his man. Throws it down there.
Oh, that works.
Oh, my. Just out of the outstretched arms of Luciano Gackrick. Ball goes over on downs. Give the Beaver Falls Tigers defense credit on that one. Not giving up on the play. Originally, Smiley had some time. Pocket closed quick. When he tried to get out, he just could not find his way downfield.
And if you watch the middle of the zone, the field here, he had a drag right across the middle, wide open, 5 to 6 yards. Give credit to that defensive line. That's the only reason why that was incomplete. That got through and pressured Smiley up the middle.
So the Beaver Falls Tigers finally get a stop on the Wolverines' 3rd possessions because they scored on the first 2. So they're going to set up shop at the 20-yard line. Already play clock's down to 10 seconds. At the 8:24 mark, they take over. Handoff there, up the middle he goes. They're going to drag people with him, still going. Wow, yards after catch. I thought he was down 3 yards in, 7 yards in, and that was number 23, Bricks Rawl. Got 10 yards on the play, dragging Wolverines with him.
I'm going to say officially 26 with the tackle for us.
Dante Pierce, Dotch was in there hanging on. 1st down. Going to try. Let's work that time. We'll do the same play again. This time, the Wolverines
Walters
got her stopped. Walters was in there. Gray was in there. And now they getting a little chippy, a little early in the game for that. They're going to give Rawl 1 yard to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
And after all that quick hitters on offense in that first quarter, now finally both teams with that run there officially at the 100-plus mark. It seems like that second quarter always kind of seems like last week was 27 points by Ellwood.
Right.
Now all of a sudden it's kind of slowed down a little bit again.
So, but that could be the most points the Wolverines have scored in the first quarter.
Absolutely.
So there's a handoff to Rawl. Picks and weaves his way through and keeps pushing that pile forward. I'm going to tell you what, this Rawl kid,
they figured out something.
The senior, 5'7", 205, kind of got that bowling ball mentality kind of thing. He gets the ball, rolls it up forward, gets 9 yards, 10 yards on the plate, enough for a 1st down.
Number 39 with the tackle.
So O'Brien with the tackle. And right now, in the last couple of runs, or at least on this series, Brad, Rawl's been getting them yards after that first initial hit. That's been quite impressive. So P.J. Du Bois in there. Michael Walters on that front line. Daccio in there.
10 seconds on the play clock.
So there's a handoff to Rawl again. Got Sahol up that left side. Going to get about 6 yards. Daccio was there, getting up off the bottom of the pile. So pick up about 6. Right now, Brad, if you're Beaver Falls, hey, if you can give it to Rawl and get 6 yards to play.
Right. You're only down 6 points. Just keep handing it off. Why not? And if it takes you to the end of the quarter, who cares?
Right. You got plenty of time. You got 6 minutes. All 3 timeouts.
Until Ellwood's defense adjusts, you keep doing the bread and butter.
See, right now the Wolverines, is kind of running that 4-man front, 5-man front to trying to stop. Waits the call. Just going to get it off before the play clock, and they do. No, they didn't.
Yeah, they're going to give him a flag on it.
Yep.
Wow.
No, false start. False start.
Okay.
There's a false start. They just got it off before the play clock, but I'm going to say false start against Beaver Falls. Going to knock him back 5 yards. Going to be about a second down now and 9.
So far, that may be the best thing so far for Ellwood's
Well, I
defense.
was just going to say, I think this Beaver Falls, I think they're a little more suited for that 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3.
Right.
2nd and 9, you get a stop here, make them have to throw the ball. I don't think this is a team that wants to throw the ball a whole lot because they're quarterback by committee. There it is, up the middle he
Big
goes.
hole. Fumbled it, though.
The ball.
Oh,
I
he
think
got
he
it
got
back.
on it.
Wow.
Played a little basketball there as he dribbled
my.
the ball, and it bounced right back up into his midsection. Was Rawl going to pick up, going to bring up that 3rd down and 3. So big 3rd down here for Beaver Falls. Just cracked the 5-minute point remaining in this fast-moving first half of action. Pugh hands off there to Rawl. Up the middle he goes. Shirt tackled, but not after. He gets enough for the first down.
39.
So O'Brien again with the tackle. So now they're down to the 40-yard line. First down for Beaver Falls, down by 6 in this second quarter of play. So shotgun is Pugh. Hands off to, hit hard, but keeps it going. Declan Gray hurdles a man to get on top of the would-be runner, Rawl. I don't know who made the first initial hit. It looked in the area of junior Evan Twaddell, limiting that gain to just 1 yard. So Ryder Grinnan checking back in for sophomore P.J. Du Bois, as the Beaver Falls now with 3:50 remaining have the ball, 2nd down and 9. I think if you're Coach Nardone Beaver Falls, you'd be happy just to, you want to score, obviously, but if you take all the time, they'll make it work. A little jet sweep there, and first wave misses, but Declan Gray not fooled that time. Twaddell was in there to slow him down.
He's slow to get up. That's number 11.
Meach Taylor, who almost had an interception earlier, he did a lot of running to lose a half a yard. The Wolverines were not fooled. That's one of the first times tonight that we've seen a handoff where they were. It was kind of an ode to Matt Canada thing there on the jet sweep. Ball on the right hash mark. I had to get one time.
Yeah.
One time. That's all I needed.
Oh, I like more coming. I think it's great.
No, this isn't a Penguin game. So 3rd and 10.
He's on fire. Oh, my. Big 3rd down here. This is huge. Like you said, Thad, they don't like to throw, and I think that may have forced a timeout.
Yes, it did. So a timeout taken by Beaver Falls. Hey, folks, a long-time tradition here at Ellwood City. The football boosters put everything together the night before a game. That's Thursday night for a football dinner. And last night, this was good. I can't believe I didn't know they were doing this. I'd have been there. It's Mary Jo's Catering, one of our championship club sponsors. They serve pulled pork sandwiches, mac and cheese, and salad. Dessert was provided by a host of Ellwood City moms. I guarantee you that was good. Shout out Mary Jo's Catering, her son Joey, Carasone down there. And hey, if you got an event, they have that nice event place down there. We have some of the smaller banquets, the basketball, girls basketball, volleyball, always good food. So thank you, Mary Jo's Catering, for feeding about 60 very hungry young men and coaches last night. You know, Brad, we're sitting here with a 6-point lead, 2:50 remaining. I have to move and turn to see the scoreboard, which I'm not. That's fine. But you almost feel like the Wolverines should be leading by more. It has that feel.
It's a weird feel, but
yes,
you're right. After that one drive, now Beaver Falls is kind of mimicking it with the run play. But, I mean, this play coming up. Before halftime. Don't want to think that far ahead, but this is huge.
Yep, third
huge.
and 10, I think, are two-down territory
Absolutely.
right now if you're Coach Nardone from Beaver Falls. But Rawl is there beside Pugh. Pugh's going to keep it. He's got a lane. Good night, Irene. He's all the way down to the 22-yard line. Needed 10. Going to get about 19. Number 13, Daccio, took him down, but that time the Wolverines defense got fooled, and they had nobody there to shadow Pugh as he took off on a run. Probably one of the longest runs of the night.
17 yards.
Of 17 yards. Now 2:25 remaining. Beaver Falls has 2 timeouts remaining. Pugh hands off to Rawl. Rawl zigs and zags. Man misses. Held on to there. And credit O'Brien for stopping him, getting him stopped, and had some help from his friends to get him stopped. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 now, just at the 2-minute mark. I think if you're Beaver Falls, you want to speed things up a little bit.
Yep, I agree.
We see it more in high school than anything. You know, here you are. That play was done with 2:10, and they're going to use up all the play clock because they're not really set yet. But they do have 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pugh in the shotgun. Wolverines defense all spread out. Watch the keeper, and there it is. He's got some blocking. Oh, nice hit there. Who came up from that position?
Number 5. Nope.
Number
50,
70.
Twaddell.
Twaddell was in there to get the stop. I don't know where he come from to hit him there, but it don't matter how he got there. It's a matter of the fact that he did it. Trent Schilling checking into the game as Gray takes a seat. 1:10 remaining. 3rd and 2. Now, Beaver Falls still does have 2 timeouts, so a minute on the clock. Pugh in the shotgun. Hands off to Rawl. Tries to go up the middle, and he does, and he's going to find his way into the end zone for the 15-yard touchdown run was Rawl. And 15 yards into the end zone. That time, I think Beaver Falls just had the idea, let's spread everybody out and let him see what he can do. So we're all tied up 14-14. I did not see, not saying they didn't, I didn't see anybody really kicking much before the game.
I like this call by Beaver Falls.
So a timeout by Beaver Falls. Because this game's shaping up where a 2-point conversion could be huge as you wind down the end of the game. So that drive there for Beaver Falls, Brad, that started on their 20-yard line.
Yeah, 12 plays, 80 yards to be exact.
Wow, 12 plays. That's a long drive.
We'll see what we got time-wise. Officially, they started with the ball at 8:24.
So and scored at 53. So that
my goodness.
About a 7.5-minute drive, the longest play of the game. Well, the touchdown was 15 yards, but Pugh did have that 17-yard run on a 3rd and 10.
Right. And give credit to the Beaver Falls coaches. They made the right call, and they got the right play and the right scheme. And you kind of felt, you said it, Thad. They're not. It looks like they don't want to throw. And that play went right up the middle, and they kind of beat them at their own game in a sense.
You don't want to do this. I mean, they don't look like they're going to throw the ball. They're spreading everything out. Do you almost sacrifice a chance to let him try to throw the ball and not give him that lane?
I agree. You got to test it at some point.
If it's not Pugh, it's Rawl coming out of that backfield making a run. So on this 2-point conversion in the shotgun is the senior Pugh.
2 wide receivers far side.
Yep. Everybody in tight though.
Hands it off
to number
Jet
2.
Sweep.
He's got blockers in the edge, and he is. Oh,
it's coming back!
It's coming back to our flag. That was Denari Harris.
Yep, the wide receiver on this right side.
Holding.
Yep, and that
Ouch, that hurts if you're Beaver Falls because he didn't need to hold Brad.
Yep, and that's going to be 5 yards back and try again.
Just 5?
I think it was 76. Yeah, you're right. My apologies.
Yep.
You're right.
So going to bring it back 10 yards. So it's going to be basically a 12-yard 2-point conversion. That's a whole different playbook.
Yep. Now I may sit 2 linebackers right on the goal line.
Well, the one thing now is you only got 22 yards to work with. You don't have a whole field like you did on that 3rd and 10 where you're at the 40-yard line. So everything gets a little tighter
Yep.
as you get closer to that end line.
Just watch the quarterback sneak up the middle, but watch the jet sweeps. Got to have two people
But
sitting back
they got
far.
everything in tight, though,
It's
once
tight
again.
You're right.
Rawl in there, as in the last play it was McKelvey.
Maybe a fade
There's
play.
a handoff. No, goes back, throws it out there, got his man,
There you
and
go.
nice tackle. Dante Pierce saved the Wolverines 2 points right there with that tackle on the 2-point conversion. So all tied up here. Second quarter, 53.8 seconds remaining as the Beaver Falls, a nice drive. Basically, you took points off the board there with that hold on the 2-point conversion, and they failed the next time.
At the same time, Thad, I mean, if I'm Ellwood, I'm happy right now sitting here 14-14 at halftime, but you're kind of sitting in the back of your mind, that's a 14-point swing. They're at the 20-yard line, could have put up points.
Yep.
You go for it. Couple wide receivers open. Good defensive line there by Beaver Falls to make Chris Smiley's pass real quick. You march down 80-some yards in about 8 minutes, and you're sitting here in a 14-14 ball game.
And that's a point
Wow.
I think you need to kind of keep an eye on, Brad, is how this drive started was the Beaver Falls defense stopping on a 4th and 4 or 5, I believe it was.
Sometimes defense leads the offense.
So number 16 kicking off, that's Nathaniel Toney. For the Wolverines have 2 timeouts remaining as we're
Remember, Wolverines
second.
do get the ball second half,
Good
so
point.
we'll see what happens here.
Here's run up in the kick. And fumbled there, but picked up by Dante Pierce. He's going to try that right side.
He's got blockers.
And he got hemmed in there.
Okay.
He stutter stepped, and I think
Yep.
as he watches the tape, he's going to want to keep on going. Remember, we had an onside kick in this first half, too.
We did,
We didn't even talk about that to set up that drive where it got stalled out on the 4th down. So, now, 45 seconds remaining. Wolverines got 2 timeouts. And we saw them have one scoring drive of 65 yards that took less than a minute. Can they do it again? So 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right, sidecar to Smiley. 10 seconds now on the play clock. Smiley changing the play, it appears. Back to pass. The lefty throws it out there, and it's caught by Walters for just about a 5-yard gain. I almost get the feeling the Wolverines do have 2 timeouts.
I would use both, to be honest.
Well, maybe they're hoping to get this play off.
And then see what happens, yeah.
Yep. Walters deep. Smiley. Hands off to Elijah. Stacked up there at the line of scrimmage.
Now you let the clock run.
Yep. So, number 64 in there leading the charge on that one, Malachi West. And that's going to do it, folks, as the clock strikes 0 there for halftime. All tied up, 14-14. Thought it'd be a close game, and that's what we're seeing so far. Folks, we're going to let you enjoy the pride of Ellwood City, the Lincoln High School Blue Band, and then, of course, the Beaver Falls Band. And Brad is going to have some stats for us here after that, followed by some out-of-town scores. So, anything else, Brad? Or want to take her to halftime?
No, we'll take her to halftime.
All right, Dakota, you got the camera. Enjoy the halftime show, folks.
and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band Ozzy 2023 show. The 2023 Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band starts the show with a classic Black Sabbath hit, originally recorded as an afterthought after the recording of their first album. This is the Blue Band's version of Paranoid. This is the ultimate Black Sabbath talking hardcore classic rock anthem of 1970. The Blue Band features our dance on with Iron Man. Blue Band is under the direction of Mr. Caldwell and Justin Miller. The choreography is by Tyler Big and Westfall, percussion by Kevin Brzezinski, and under the field leadership of drum leader Lyle Hahn and Captain Steve. I am Bill Wilkie, voice of the Blue Band, and thank you for supporting Arlington High School Marching Blue Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Band is off.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Beaver Falls Class of 2024, welcome to our homecoming celebration. This year's 5 Big was selected as homecoming court representatives. If you would, please direct your attention to the 50-yard line. Thank you to Mr. Cardone, Mr. Good, and the entire selection band as they helped me introduce you to this year's homecoming court. Our first senior this evening is Miss Gianna King. For the Master's School off of Beaver Falls. Gianna is a senior letter winner and member of the varsity swimming squad and is a high honorable student. She participates in the Black Student Union, Youth Ambassadors, Youth Council, Bible Club, Ushers Club, and the Rio Club.
Thank you.
After graduation, Gianna plans to attend a four-year college. The major at this time is undecided.
I need to be on that homecoming court or just keep the car.
Tonight, Gianna is escorted by Marshall Clarity, on attorney and Clarity of office. Miss Gianna King.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Our next senior tonight is Miss Kaylee Musquire. Daughter of Josh and Charlie Musquire of Garland Hill. Kaylee is a varsity player, a member of the varsity softball team, and is a high honorable student. She's a member of Club Hope, Youth Ambassadors, Rio Club, Block Club, Ushers Club, Varsity Club, Student Council, Friends of Rachel, and is a student representative of the school board. Kaylee currently works at the Rachel State Park. Her future plans include attending a four-year university to pursue a career in nursing. Today's mentor tonight is Carson Novak, son of Brian and Laura Novak of Lake Mountain. Miss Kaylee Musquire. Our third senior this evening is Miss Peyton Sheets. Daughter of Troy Sheets and Simone Defensal of Beaver Falls. Peyton is a junior member of the National Honor Society and is a high honor roll student. She also participates in the Black Student Union, Leo Club, Friends of Rachel, Spanish Club, Ushers Club, and is a member of the Tiger Yearbook staff and the varsity volleyball team. After graduation, Peyton goes to study speech pathology at the University of Pittsburgh and become an elementary speech teacher. Peyton is escorted tonight by Carter Woolley, from Heather Woolley and Angie Woolley of Beaver Falls. Ms. Peyton Sheets. Our next senior is Miss Alana Summers. Daughter of Yolanda Slasso and Robert Summers of Beaver Falls. Alana is a senior member of the National Honor Society and served as the chapter vice president. She's a high honor roll student and was selected as the Rotary Club Student of the Month for January 2024. She's also voted as a finalist for the Star Citizen Award. Alana is a member of the varsity cheerleading squad and cheers competitively for the Beaver County Emeralds. She participates in varsity club, FPLA, Ushers Club, Friends of Rachel, the Black Student Union, Spanish Club, SAG, Speed Club, Student Council, Leo Club, and Unified Youth. Along with her closest place at the Wanda Teacher Corps. Her future plans include attending a four-year college to study business. Alana is escorted this evening by Deontay Wade F., son of Brenda and Austin F. of Beaver Falls. Miss Alana Summers. Our fifth and final speaker tonight is Miss Fiora Wingo, daughter of Casey Wood of Beaver Falls. Fiora is a senior member of the National Honor Society and currently serves as chapter president. She's a high honor roll student and was selected as the Rotary Club Student of the Month for November. She was also voted as a finalist for the Star Citizen Award. Fiora is a member of the varsity cheerleading squad and varsity volleyball team. Friends of Rachel, Ushers Club, the Black Student Union, and Spanish Club. After graduation, Fiora plans to attend school to become a cardiothoracic surgeon. Her escort tonight is Sean Young. Washington and Sean Young Sr. of Beaver Falls. Miss Kiara Guido. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our 2023 homecoming court. At this time, I would like to welcome back the reigning homecoming queen, Ms. Randy Blair, daughter of Rita Blair of Coppell. Randy works at Brighton in Beaver Falls and studying X-ray technology at the Community College of Beaver County.
That was
At this minute, Randy was crowned the new queen. Ladies, if your name is called, please hand your flowers to your escort and step forward. Please congratulate this year's homecoming scepter bearer, Miss Alana Summers. Next, congratulations to this year's homecoming crown bearer, Miss Gianna King. Ramsey, will you please take the crown? Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the 2023 homecoming queen of Beaver Falls High School, Ms. Kiara Wingo. Thank you to the following people who helped make our homecoming a success. Ms. Carbone, Mr. Robbie Good, and the Tiger Marching Band. Mr. Doug Brown, Mr. Dave Boyd. Mrs. Jackie Savona. The varsity cheerleaders, Scott Sweeney, and the Beaver Falls Police Department. Beaver Falls football cheer boosters, and the quarterback PA. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
He said that to me.
Please put your tickets out.
He pushed it pretty hard this time.
I don't think he would push us out. I mean, he would throw it on our way. I want to get one.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to slowly.
Yeah, I mean,
Trying to. Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
he gets the same challenge as me.
Here's our winning number.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Reeves Field here in Geneva College down in Beaver County, as our great friends here at Beaver Falls and Geneva College hosted a pretty darn good press box. We've got pizza up here, we got food, drinks, the whole works, and laid out pretty good. Halftime score officially on the board here, it's 14-all, and both teams doing it completely in opposite directions. So far, rushing yards-wise, Beaver Falls, all their offense via the run.
Wow.
They've only passed the ball one time, and it was an incomplete pass down here close to the end zone. After that, it's been run the ball. And they have officially ran the ball 23 times. So 23 for 170, that's a pretty darn good average. On the flip side, Ellwood City unfortunately just held to 26 yards. 24 of those go to Elijah Palmer McCain, but on 11 carries. Thad, you and I were talking about it. This Ellwood City team is kind of more of this, especially this year, is more 50-50, and I think Palmer McCain even realizes, hey, if we can't run the ball, as long as we can pass it, who truly cares? And that is indicative of the passing yards tonight. 0 for Beaver Falls. On the flip side, 108, 63 of those on that big splash play, and they could have had more points on the board if they would throw just a little bit more open, and they've been there, but the defense for Beaver Falls on that one drive, stop them at the 20, flip it over, and they drive 80 yards. So we have a tie ball game here. No turnovers. Hopefully I didn't jinx it. And in time of possession, pretty even, in fact, after that first quarter. Beaver Falls dominated about an 8-minute drive, and that's what made that chuck change pretty close. About 13 minutes for Beaver Falls and about 10 minutes for Ellwood City. On top of it, individual stats that we got so far. Up to this point, we went and said Elijah Palmer McCain, 11 for 24. Luciano Gackrick, 1 for 2. On the flip side, Bricks Rawl, he's pretty darn close, 14 for 97. Zayshawn McKelvey, 6 for 52. And Gary Pugh, 2 for 22 as well. Bricks Rawl with 2 touchdowns so far in this one. Chris Smiley, 6 for 9, 108. 1 touchdown and 63 yards. Those 63 yards came via the pass to number 5, Daylon Curry. So he's 1 for 63 and a touchdown. A.J. Grinnan with a nice catch there, 1 for 21 to set up that nice second touchdown play, run up the middle by Palmer McCain, as he has 1 touchdown. Walters right before halftime had a catch, and Elijah Palmer McCain 1 for 4 as well. So there are your halftime stats. 2 different teams in 2 different ways in 2 different directions. And we can throw that all at the board because it's 14-all. Some out-of-town scores here. Mohawk and Freedom. I just now looked at it. I wrote it backwards. Mohawk is up 23-0 on Freedom. So looks like Mohawk's going to cruise to another victory, and that will set up Freedom officially 1-4 in section play if they would lose. Neshannock cruise and pass Riverside at halftime 35-6. First quarter, 14-0 Western Beaver up on New Brighton. First quarter as well, Aliquippa up 28-0 on Newcastle. Another first quarter score, it's 28-12, Central Valley up on Ambridge. Halftime, Southside Beaver up on Laurel, 28-0. Northgate and Union, late second quarter, there's 0-all. Rochester is losing, tough one here against Clareton, 18-8. Couple out-of-town notes, Avonworth up on North Catholic, a good one there, 21-14. Both teams looking to potentially win the section in that one. And a little side note, we're going to go all the way up to District 10 tonight. We saw the play on Twitter. We saw a nice running play. Ethan Knox, we've been talking about him nationally. He's been averaging 400-some yards per game running the ball just nonstop, 30-some, 40-some carries. He officially has become, tonight, on one 40-some yard touchdown run, he becomes the all-time career rusher for District 10. So he'll be adding to that list later on tonight as well. So Thad, 14 all. It's not what I predicted at all. We'll see what the second half brings.
You and I maybe had a little different predictions
I would
at the
say
beginning of the game. I was expecting a close game, not to give up the big plays, which Ellwood City has not done.
So far.
There's been some fumbles, but no turn. Well, there was a fumble on the punt. Yes, there was a turnover on the punt, if I correct. No.
Yeah, the onside kick, technically.
The onside kick.
And we did recover the punt.
Yes,
we did recover. We got lucky
that.
on that
But there's I didn't think you wanted to get into a track meet, a shootout with Beaver Falls. Beaver Falls came out in that first quarter, and I will tell you, I was talking to one of the assistant coaches from Beaver Falls up here in the press box. I said, man, what happened in that first drive? He says, we just come out and ran kind of a wildcat. They are missing some players tonight, so it's basically kind of a quarterback by committee. We're seeing Pugh quite a bit in there. Pugh came into the night 1 for 2, so he wasn't throwing the ball a whole lot. And we haven't seen him throw the ball.
Yeah, Bricks Rawl did throw once, so he's officially in the books. He's in
the books, and there was another one too, I think, that threw. I think we're going to see a heavy dose of that shotgun wildcat. I'll call it wildcat. I didn't call it in the first half, but that wildcat type of offense for Beaver Falls moving forward.
And I think it's pretty clear. Bricks Rawl is going to be your go-to guy initially here. Have a feeling that Ellwood maybe make some second-half adjustments to see if that has to change hands.
Well,
we'll see.
I think if we always say, okay, you want to spread everything out, we're going to give you the opportunity to go and try to throw it.
Right.
Because it's hard to believe they have no yards passing.
It's mind-boggling.
One attempt the whole way through. But back out on the field are the teams as we're seconds away from the start of this third quarter section matchup, all tied up. 14 all. Here's the run up and the kick. And bouncing kick picked up there. Goes behind him. Dante Pierce, he picks it up at the 18-yard line. Oh, and hit hard and met with authority by a host of Beaver Falls Tigers. I think number 15 was in there first, Sincere Freeman. So it gets it out to the 21-yard line. Wolverines set up on offense as they won the toss and deferred in that beginning of the game. Don't forget, folks, next week, senior night. Hard to believe this season has just flown by. Last home game, senior night against Neshannock. See a pretty good football team. But, of course, senior night, keep apprised of all of our social media accounts, and we'll let you know what time we'll be covering that. First play, second half, Smiley in a shotgun. 3 wide outs to the right. He wanted to throw out there, and I tell you what, that was wisely played there by Smiley. It's going to go as an incompletion in the books, but well covered out there. A play that we've seen the Wolverines do some in the past, throw out there in the flat, and it was very, very well covered by the Beaver Falls defense. So ball incomplete. Going to be second down and 10. Got Ryder grinning out there in that line. Logan McClymon's on center. Shane Lutz is in there as a tackle. There goes Smiley. He's got time. Finds his man. Oh, overshoots his man. Number 5, Daylon Curie, as he was coming across the middle there underneath. Ball falls incomplete.
And I tell you what, Daylon Curry has been wide open. We haven't talked about Daylon, and unfortunately he was ejected there a couple weeks back.
Yep.
Comes back, and he has made an impact, huge impact in this one. But we just got to get it right in the hand. Got to be in stride.
So 3rd and 10. If you're Beaver Falls, you would love to start this second half on
right
a
here.
3 and out. Smiley now in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion. Dante Pierce throws it back. Fakes a Smiley. He's got time.
Yep.
Throws
nobody
it,
open,
and nobody there. Not really sure. Just it did not work.
Yes.
For lack of a better word.
Yeah, Dante Pierce was up through the middle there, and they're going to do a little bubble screen, and it did not happen.
So with that, we got punt. Declan Gray, he's averaging 32 yards on the season. He's on. This is our first punt of the night. There's a flag. taken there at the 48. He drops it, picks it up, and heavy pursuit there by Elijah Palmer McCain. Patterson. Number 2 was Denari Harris. The ball's to 49-yard line. Did you see a flag call?
Yeah, there was a flag down here to the close side, but I'm not sure what for.
They haven't called it yet. False start now against the Wolverines.
Okay, so
they're redoing the punt.
I guess we'll kick it again.
Yep.
No, they marked 5 yards off.
Oh, okay.
The way he motioned, I thought they were
so
redoing.
So did I. I thought you had the right call there, Dakota. The way he took them 5 yards with authority. So, great field position for Coach Nick Nardone of the Beaver Falls Tigers as they start here their best field position of the night at the 45-yard line. Pugh in the shotgun, bricks Rawl to his left. Hands off to Rawl and runs his way forward. And, oh my goodness, what a run by Rawl. Gets it all the way down to about the 30-yard line. Dragging Wolverines. He picked up darn near 14 yards, and he drugged people, 12 of them, Brad. I am not exaggerating. They got to get underneath his legs and keep them from churning. First down. Dante Pierce will credit him with the tackle, or at least Dakota did, so I'm going to go with what he said. Ball on the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. And I think we got a little pre-snap activity there as we got the flag.
Somebody moved too early, and head coach Nardone is not happy.
He's not happy. And
I mean, he is ripping into them. He's coming 5-6 yards at least onto the field.
He looks like a 4-year-old going nuts at Toys R Us.
So it's an ineligible.
Wasn't covered up.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
So illegal substitution. Somebody didn't cover up the end. Correct, Brad? Is that how you best describe that? Anyway, 1st and now 15. Ball at the 36-yard line. New runner, and he is speedy. Down that right side is number 2, and he's going to take it to the house for the touchdown. Just like that, Denari Harris runs 35 yards for the touchdown to give the Tigers the lead, 20-0. Holy cow, Brad.
Well,
didn't see that one coming.
To a certain degree, if you look at it, coming in tonight, Denari Harris, he's had 15 carries, only 56 yards. Yeah, he just pretty much almost
jumped his average a whole bunch. And a little different type of runner than Rawl and bounced it to the outside. I really don't think he was touched in them 35 yards that he ran. So going for 2, it appears, and they are, is Beaver Falls. At the 10:39 mark, that drive did not take long. There's a handoff to Rawl. He gets hit in the backfield, but he falls his way forward. Doesn't even fall down. Into the end zone he goes for the 2-point conversion. Just like that, Beaver Falls comes out and takes the lead, 22-14. That drive was 45 yards in two plays. Two plays, just like that. Not to harp on it, Brad. Didn't want to give up them big plays.
Well, that's the first one of the night.
We'll see. They have an 8-minute drive to end the first half and come out and score on the first 2 plays.
And if you think about it, Thad, I mean, Beaver Falls came out early. It was 8-0, and they went through almost a quarter and a half without a lead since then. And just like that, 15, 20 seconds, boom. 2 plays later.
Well, and I think it's going to come now, Coach Bradley's, what kind of adjustments are going to wait, because we saw an adjustment there. They went away from Rawl for 1 play, and 35 yards later they're celebrating in the end zone.
Exactly.
So back to receive is Elijah Palmer McCain and Dante Pierce. Kicking off is number 16, Nathaniel Toney. Here's the run up and the kick. And Squibbs kicks it down there, taken by number 1, Dominic Hogue.
He's got a lane
outside. Makes a man miss. Up that sideline he goes. He can be pushed out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. So went about 16 yards forward, but he ran 58 to get those 16 as he ran the whole way across the field.
And he was one guy away. That could have gone for another 20 or 30
He really
yards.
was.
Even.
Give the. I didn't miss his number on that far side. Kind of stayed home there and was enough to slow him down enough for Beaver Falls. So decent field position for the Wolverines starting this drive at the 44-yard line. Smiley got 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Not much activity on that last drive.
Wow.
And Elijah Palmer McCain gobbled up there by Malachi West. He led the drive. Did West, the junior, 5'10", 235.
He'll get 1 yard. And that's a lucky 1 yard.
Yeah, that was
That front three for Beaver Falls is blowing up in the backfield.
what number's the big guys? That 72?
We got
can't read the
64,
number.
72, and 70.
Okay, we don't have a 72 on the roster. 64, Malachi West at 235. 70, Damian Lee standing there at 285. And the big guys that we don't have the number of is bigger than him. Smiley now back to pass. Has some time. Throws it down there. Got coverage. And intended receiver is Michael Walters. Credit number for McKelvey. We've said his name several times tonight, but really good coverage on Walters that time. And really nothing Walters could really do with that. So 3rd down now for the Wolverines. Their first drive, correct me if I'm wrong, Brad, was a 3 and out. They don't want to face that again.
No, and at least this one's not in your backyard, about the 21, 23-yard line. At least it's the 45 right now. But up 1 play, 2 plays, scores by Beaver Falls. You don't want to give this one up
No,
early.
you don't. It's a game of momentum, and right now it's in Beaver Falls' favor early going. Got a man in the middle, but he can't get the ball off. He's going to try to run. Is Smiley going to get taken down from behind? He's going to be short of the line of gain. He needed 9, going to get about 7. Who chased him down from behind? Was that number 6?
I believe you're right on that one.
Was Black Shear.
Yep, good call.
So we're going to get the, appears to be,
Well, Declan's going off the field, so they're going for it.
they are going for it on this 4th and 2.
I like this call. You got to be
I do
aggressive,
too. Wolverines.
especially this early.
7 for 23, batting about 30%.
Plenty of time on the clock here, 15.
So watch Smiley. Could maybe try to drive him off sides here, but
Yep.
he's going to get the ball and go right forward. He's barking.
2 seconds.
Can't get him. And Elijah Palmer
He didn't
McCain,
get
and
it.
he got stuffed.
Yep, I don't like that call,
He
though.
needed 2. He got about 1. That's the 2nd time tonight. Ball goes over on down for the Wolverines. You appreciate the aggressive play, but you would appreciate finishing the deal even more. Ball over on downs, and here we are.
No, they're
Beaver
saying
Fall-
first down.
What?
They're saying first down. He just pointed
Yeah,
first down.
1st and 10 Tigers is what
Yeah,
the
yeah.
announcer said.
His dyslexia kicked in again. He pointed the
No,
wrong
they're
way.
saying first down Ellwood.
Even the guys in the chain gang went the other way.
So it should be Beaver Falls. I think. No, they gave it to
They're
Ellwood.
giving it to Ellwood.
What in the world?
That's a gift. I mean, we wear blue, but that
clearly,
was an
clearly.
absolute gift.
Clearly.
I mean, they don't even – Nardone's
Wow.
now really going nuts.
I would too, and now we got a flag because
Yep.
we got a false start.
A false
what
start.
in the world, Thad? I will. We
Yeah.
will. All three of us
it
will
was,
go on
yeah,
record.
it was – I didn't even think there'd
That
be a
is
question.
not good.
Anyway,
We'll take it, I guess.
knocks him back 5 yards.
Don't hate us, folks.
Yeah, no,
He
we're
was
just
at least
we're,
a yard short.
Yeah.
From this
we're
end.
calling it the way we see it, but as usual, it really don't matter how we see it. It's how the people.
Flag.
And there's a flag from the sidelines as one of the coaches was in the ear of one of the officials.
Oh boy. The only thing I can think of, Thad, is that there were so many black jerseys for Beaver Falls, I couldn't see. Maybe Elijah fell
Don't matter.
forward.
It
but
don't matter.
I
He
did-
got it.
Yeah,
But
that's just crazy.
we're wait to see what the sideline. That flag was way late.
Yes.
They were marking the ball off, and it was right beside one of the officials. Sideline
warning. And I think
against
they're.
Beaver Falls.
I don't know if they're going to assess anything or not.
It's a warning.
It should be the first one, so it should be a
So,
warning.
Coach Nardone. I think if I had to speculate, he's
Oh, I think we
questioning.
can think of the words that being said. I don't blame
So it's
him.
going to be 1st and 15 for the Wolverines. See if they can capitalize on that. So if they get another one, they lose a timeout, correct?
Yes.
So on this 1st and 15, there's a definite chill in the air. It's dropped in temperature. Smiley to Elijah, and he's not going to get very far that time.
Bricks roll.
Rarely gets back to the line of scrimmage as Bricks Rawl was in there. And things are just, it's Beaver Falls,
chaotic.
Ellwood City. Things are getting a little chippy down there, and one of these teams is going to make a stupid mistake
Yep.
and get
It's crazy to think that it's
a
chaotic,
penalty.
and we're talking 10 yards in both directions.
Right, right. On the 2nd and 15, Smiley back to pass. Guts Daylon carry down there. And
Good play.
chased out of bounds. Got positive yardage on the play, but give number 4, McKelvey, was heavy in pursuit as Daylon was trying to run away from him. Really only going to gain about 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 11.
And we kind of like that play if it was first down.
Well, yeah,
A
he
little
was,
more
but
manageable.
he was like one person
But
away from breaking it.
You went
honestly.
for 4th down already. You know this is probably 2-down territory again.
I would believe 3rd and 10. Daylon may be limping a little bit. Smiley back to pass, comes out of the pocket, throws it down there, and out of the outstretched arms of sophomore Dominic Hogue. Ball falls incomplete. Now it's going to be 4th down and 10.
And he had an opportunity there to potentially run for 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah.
And now they're going to play smart here.
Well,
They're
I
gonna
think
go
you're
punt it.
looking at 4th and 10 instead of 4th and 2.
Yep.
And that's going to bring out the punt unit. And I like this. You're at midfield.
Yes.
Go ahead, pin them back.
Just don't
You're
kick
still
him.
only down by 1 score.
Just don't kick it to the returner. It's the only thing I'm afraid of.
So Gray now averaging 32 yards. And a nice punt. It's going to go
Smart.
out of bounds and about to, we'll see where he stops. Yep, 16-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Beaver Falls. Their first drive of this half was 2 plays, 45 yards for the touchdown. And we'll see if the Wolverines have an answer for that defensively. Out there on the line, Evan Twiddell, along with Daccio. Grinnan is out there. So, 1st and 10. Pugh in the shotgun. Hands it off there to number 2. Goes around that right side. He's up the right sidelines. Gets a block all the way out to the 50-yard line. Where was he in the first half? Denari Harris just ran the ball, 34 yards. 1st and 10. Total change of pace from busting the gut up the middle to 2 plays now back to back. One got a touchdown. That one there was about 2 steps away from being another touchdown.
Officially 34 yards
34?
on that play.
Okay.
Yep.
And number 28 with the stop.
Here's the handoff this time. Tries the middle. Raw. Weaves his way through. Another 12-yard run. Right now, Raw is just picking and grinning as he's going down the field for 12 yards. Another 1st down for Beaver Falls. Something was said at halftime by Coach Nardone and his staff, and a good timeout here as Coach Bradley calls the first timeout for the Ellwood City Wolverines. They got 2 remaining. A good week for the Ellwood City girls volleyball team. Oh, pretty good week. They took out Laurel in 3 sets last night, had a tough loss in 5 sets to Shenango on Tuesday night. However, we do know that they have clinched a playoff spot. Now it's just a matter of trying to win out to help the seeding situation.
Yeah.
Monday night, we have Central Valley.
Yep, senior night
Yes, good point. Senior night. Tuesday night, we have
at Beaver Falls. So
back
we
down
don't
here
Yep.
at Beaver Falls.
Yep.
We'll be covered Monday night. And then, of course, Thursday night, the final game in a huge test as they're going to take on the number 1, 2 ranked Beaver Bobcats of Beaver. Will be in there for them. Cross country, where are we at with them guys?
They had an event just 2 days ago, the MAC championships at Settlers Cabin. Usually they rest all the main runners, and Ellwood did, because they've got 2 big events that actually mean something for playoffs this weekend and the next weekend. So
they're having a
bit of
great
rest.
season out there.
Ooh.
So a shout out to them.
Shout out to Michaels last week.
Oh, yes. I'll get to that in a minute.
Yep.
Good call. So on this 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line, handoff to Raw. He got pinned in there this time. The defense stayed at home where they needed to. Twaddell getting off from the bottom of the pile. So, yes, I failed to mention last week, our great friends down at Michael's Furniture there, down at the other end of town in Ellwood City, are donating $100 for every win that the Wolverines get this year. They're guaranteeing $500, and they're going to have to do that because the Wolverines now at 4-3, hoping for a win at night. So $400 going to the Ellwood City Food Pantry. So thank you to our great friends at Michael's Furniture. Handoff this time around that right side. Got a blocker. Makes a man miss. Oh, and he lost his footing. Did number 4, McKelvey. Taken down by number 1, Dominic Hogue. We'll see the spot where he went down. I think he's going to be a little bit short for the first down.
They gave it to him.
No, they're third. Yeah, they did. Yep, it's a first down. It was right there. It's probably a right spot. From the 36 down to inside the 26. So another first down for the Wolverines, or for the Tigers. Handoff coming around that right side again. Gets a block. Number 2 this time. 2 and 4 have the same kind of running styles as Denari Harris. And you made a good point, Brad. He came into this game with only 15 carries. Now remember, Buford and Anderson are not playing tonight. Next man up, Beaver Falls has a way to do that. And they're doing it tonight here as Harris picked up 9 on that play. If you're the Wolverines, Brad, you do not want to go down 2 scores.
No, you do not.
So Pugh got Rawl beside him this time. Handoff to Rawl. Up the middle. Pinball's out there. Up that left side. Got one man to beat. Zigs and zags. Going to get all the way down. Still on his feet to the 3-yard line. Good googly moogly. He just went 14 yards. I thought he had him bottled up at 2 yards into the run. Elijah Palmer McCain finally brought him down. Knocking on the door is Beaver Falls 1st and goal. They mark it at the 4-yard line. Hand off to Rawl, and pinballs around, gets a push, and he is going to get stopped at about the 6-inch line. So bringing up 2nd down and goal. Beaver Falls coming out here on fire in this 3rd quarter, Brad. They were becoming pretty predictable in that 2nd quarter on that long drive, and they come out here in the 3rd quarter doing some of what they did, but mixing it up, not afraid to go outside. Man in motion. Rawl gets it, hit in the backfield.
Nice. Fumble
on the play. It's recovered by...
Oh, my goodness. It should have been
that
Ellwood.
ball popped out
goodness.
there. I'm not sure who was there,
but
it's still going to be Beaver Falls ball. 3rd down, however, but, man, that ball.
Wow. You want to talk about a big opportunity to make a turnover, make a stand?
But I think we're looking at 2-down territory. They stopped them twice. And was that Twaddell that came through there? Was it PJ that put the initial hit on Rawl?
Yep, it was Gagrig.
Okay, came up from that linebacker position. Oh,
bad
what a
handoff.
play! But
He's still up, though.
Keeps it on his feet, goes out to the outside. How'd he do it? And he did not.
He's going to say down at the 1, I believe.
Down at the 1. Harris, I'm not sure. Look at your replay. Who got in there to bust it up, but he was unable to get him down. And he was all the way back at about the 18, almost 20-yard line and went up that left side. So it's going to be 4th and 1. A big play here for both teams. They've had it 1st and goal from the 4. They fumbled on 2nd down, but was able to fall on it. Wolverines had it stopped deeper in the 3rd down, 4th down this time going forward. And I believe.
I don't think he got it, maybe. I don't think.
They say he didn't.
I think they're going to say he's down.
Brickner tried to drive it forward.
Nope, ball over on down.
Ball
Yeah.
over. What a stop by the Wolverines defense here. No, now they say a touchdown. Wow.
Wow.
Give them a minute to think about it next
Jeez.
time.
My goodness.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm speechless.
I would say.
2:22 remaining. They've doubled them up, 28-14.
Was that a keeper? That was a keeper.
That was a keeper by
Number 10.
by Brickner, who we've seen him at quarterback some in previous games. He came in. It was a Zion quarterback keeper. I'm just amazed at how long it took.
It took way too long for
Because
that.
either one of the sideline officials, they were standing outside of the end zone where they walk in, like where they spot the ball. 2-point conversion forthcoming. Number 4 in there to take the ball, and he's going to fall forward into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. McKelvey that time. We've seen about 5 different people now act as quarterback. And just like that, with 2:22, deuces are wild. The Beaver Falls Tigers take the lead 30-14. Welcome back, folks. The Beaver Falls Tigers. Our angle's not the best, but that being said, that was 84 yards, 10 plays. We saw a 10-play scoring drive, a 12-play scoring drive so far here tonight. That ball's out of bounds, kicked out of bounds. So the Wolverines will get nice field position, but the Wolverines offense has been stymied here, to say the least, here in this 3rd quarter. Not a lot of yards for them. And more importantly, 16 points for the Beaver Falls Tigers. So the ball's going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. A lot of football to be played. So Smiley in the shotgun. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass. He's got time, surveys. Well covered downfield. Wants to go deep to Walters.
He caught it.
He got it.
That's a catch.
What a catch. What a catch by Michael Walters. That big body got up there all the way down to the 25-yard line. There's a flag.
And it's going to be a hold. It's going to come back.
Walters
he had all that
standing
time.
there at 6'4", 6'6", I beg your pardon, went up to get it. Total jump ball.
Ooh. This is going to be roughing the passer.
Yep.
It's going to be roughing the passer. I just saw in the replay. He got hit hard.
Roughing the. So,
wow.
What?
Turn of events.
How the turntables have turned as the ball was 25 yards. That was
Where officially was that catch?
a 25.
To the 25.
And they're going to mark off another 15.
Yeah, half the distance. That was a 40-yard pass.
Yeah, 40-yard pass. Yes, half the distance. So he gets it down to the 12-yard line, 12.5-yard line. So now the Wolverines set up shop. That's what they needed to do. But Walter's averaging 13.7 yards a carry, 6 TDs on the season so far. That average has gone up tonight. And he'd love to get another touchdown.
And now what? Heard a whistle.
Yeah, the officials are.
Official timeout for a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, ball got moved back to the 14 instead of the 13 technically.
So
or
with
12.
that,
Sorry.
Smiley's in the shotgun. 2 wide outs, tight end in tight. Handoff to Elijah. Tries to weave his way through there. Let's give him about 4 yards on the play. Looks like Christian Dawkins, number 9 in there. So it's down to the 9-yard line. The Wolverines can get a first down if they get her down to the 3. So now 3rd and 7. Definitely 2-down territory, being down by 16 points. Smiley in the shotgun. 1 wide out to right, 1 to the left slot. He's looking. He's got time. Only about a 3-man rush here. Smiley takes the ball, going to run, and he's going to be stopped. Depends where they stop. And the keeper, I think he's going to get the first down.
He's going to be right
Harris
there.
with it. They're just about a half-yard short. It's going to bring up 4th down and really inches. Honestly, if this was a pro game, they'd measure. So they got about the length of the football to go to get Wolverines 0-2 on 4th downs tonight. Smiley, there was a
what?
no.
Now what? A timeout?
Timeout by Beaver Falls. Not sure why, but there was something Coach Nardone did not like. So he will assess his players as Coach Bradley on the other side of the field is discussing this big 4th down here. 37.5 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. All scoring done in this quarter by Beaver Falls. Rolled off 16 points. And Brad, you know what you'll talk about in post-game show, the impressive thing I'll say about Beaver Falls is a 10-play drive and a 12-play drive, methodically getting her down the field.
Yeah, well,
and they started off with a 2-play drive to score in about 8 seconds.
So far, all the Beaver County teams that we've played, Western Beaver, quick hitters. Who else? We got New Brighton. They had quick hitters as well. All these teams in Beaver County, just quick hitters. And all of a sudden, here we go, just methodically taking the clock off, making the game shorter. You go up 16. That's tough for Ellwood City to get back into. But they can do it here.
This could be a statement going into the 4th quarter on this 4th and the length of about a football. Smiley under center. Rolls it forward and pushing him back, but forward progress.
I think he should be very close to it. Definitely move forward.
They've not said yet.
And they stopped the clock, and the clock isn't stopping. I'll let it roll with it, but I was going to say the clock should
think
stop.
We're going to have a measurement. Our first one of the year. So we're going to wait to see.
Now, this is where I'm confused, Thad, just a little bit. All these 4th downs, and this is the first one ever we've seen measured.
Yes. So it's going to be close.
Yeah, very, very
And there
close.
will be debate about the spot of the ball.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's what you do on 4th down. And he is going to be.
I think he got it by the nose. Oh, my, he got it by the nose.
Wow.
By the nose.
It is a first down for the Wolverines. Maybe a chain length.
Wow.
The spot don't matter now.
No, it does
We'll
not.
take it. We'll take it. So 1st and goal now for the Wolverines. 14.5 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. And, man, this crowd got quiet when they went to measure that.
Everybody holding their breath.
Both sides of the ball.
That or they were just that cold.
Well, it's cooled down a bunch. So first and goal from the Wolverines. Can they get the play off for the clock strike 0? There's Smiley, handoff to Elijah,
There we
bounces
go.
it outside
He's going
and into the
forward.
end zone for the 2-yard run. Touchdown, Elijah Palmer McCain, his 11th touchdown of the year. 12th touchdown, makes it 30-20. 3.7 seconds in this quarter. Untimed play here for Wolverines. Obviously will be going for 2, and this is huge. Now, for the Wolverines to try to go 3 yards to get the 2-point conversion. Walters out to the right. DeLon Curie out to really kind of a tight bunch formation.
And timeout.
And something there Coach Bradley
Timeout,
did not
Wolverine.
like to see. But I tell you, Brad, this play is huge.
Yeah.
Because you can go from a 1-possession game
Agreed.
or a 2-possession game.
It's one of those ones where you don't want to call it, but when you do, you have to. You just have to.
Right,
You don't
right.
have a choice.
Right. So the Wolverines, that is their, the way the board reads, is that their second timeout?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So they have 1 remaining. Beaver Falls has 2. Homecoming night here at Beaver Falls, and I apologize, I did not get the winner's name, but homecoming, there's a little later than normal, but they've been on a road too.
I was going to say, they had a weird schedule. They had like 3 games back to back to back on the road. Tough one.
So coming out of that timeout, 3.7 seconds remaining, going for the 2-point conversion. Number 78, Logan McClymon's out over the ball. Shane Lutz, his buddy, to his right. Davis out there on the line. In tight. Back. Wants to throw it out there, and
He
get
caught it!
What
Absolutely.
a catch!
Absolutely. You just need one
What
foot
a
in.
catch by, wow, Michael Walters gets the 2-point conversion. I would call it a touch pass, fade pass, call it whatever you want. It worked for the Wolverines. Now score 30-22. Whole new ball game now. We get a whole quarter of football left to play. However, it's 3.7 seconds. So we'll get a kickoff here yet to go in this third quarter.
For Beaver Falls, it's been pretty straightforward. Jet sweep, run the ball outside. That lead blocker tight end has just been jabbing 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 yards downfield, getting you 30, 40-yard gains. On the flip side, Ellwood, I don't know how in the world you're doing it, but you're doing it.
Yep, well,
They're making it work.
40-yard pass play, and then don't forget the extra 15 yards
That
for
was big,
roughing the
too.
passer.
Good
So you
call.
got a
Good call.
55-yard play,
Yeah. Changed everything so far.
and it did. It flipped the field for the Wolverines, and they capitalize with that. So Miss Caitlin Kreitzer in to kick off.
And now they're lining up for a possible onside potentially.
Yeah, they did it once before.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the run up and the kick. This time she kicks it deep. Taken there at the 20-yard line. Bobbled a little bit, but he picks it up. Got a lane. Up the middle he goes, and met there with a bear hug type tackle was number 23, Richard Curitan. So we come back for this fourth quarter action. Beaver Falls will have the ball at their own 37.5-yard line. Fourth quarter, we'll take a timeout. Welcome back, folks. As we start this fourth quarter action, we got ourselves a football game as Beaver Falls has the ball with an 8-point lead, leading 30-22. Trent Schilling in there on defense right now, as they got really a 5-man front to the Wolverines.
2-1.
And a timeout, Beaver Falls.
Oh,
what
is that
in the
painful?
world?
How do you come into a quarter
Oh, boy.
to start a quarter and have to call a timeout?
That I have never put 12 or 1-2-0-0 on a timeout call. Ever.
You probably never will again.
I have a feeling
That was
you're right.
That
Well
was
then.
not a designed timeout for
No, it
sure.
was not.
We'll
take that timeout, though, and say you can check us out on our live stream and Facebook page and Twitter page, social media. Check us out on our website, www.ecwolverines.com. We'll have all the replays all the way back to 2016.
Is that when we started this?
Yeah, 7 years ago. We had all the information. It may be a little bit, I don't know, uglier because it was on a phone, but it'll happen. You can also check
do
us
you remember, did you ever go back and listen to our,
clearly.
our first broadcast?
Oh, yeah.
I hope
Open Yeti mic.
I'm hoping I've gotten better because I was bad. So here's Pugh. Big time taken down. BJ Du Bois tackles him for about a 3-yard loss.
23 on the carry.
And Rawl met his match there as PJ off that, I call him the Casey Hampton effect. PJ strong.
Absolutely.
When he does push-ups, he pushes the earth down. The kid is strong as an ox. And he got through that time. So 2nd down and 13 for a loss on that play. Play clock, they got 10 seconds or so. Pugh, this time, going to pass. Second attempt of the night, and through the hands of intended receiver number 6, Michael Blackshear. Wouldn't have been a big gain anyway, as number 23 for the Wolverines was out there, Richard Cureton, in coverage.
And just
I think we
that,
forget Richard Cureton's out there as a freshman. And
yeah.
a lot of playing time in that secondary.
You can almost say Richard Cureton and Daylon Curry have been X factors on defense, and when you take Daylon out, Richard Cureton came in, did very well. Daylon now on offense, coming back this week, making plays. Both those individuals, names we wouldn't have initially started at the beginning of the year.
Exactly, and I'll tell you right now,
That's awesome.
This offensive series by Beaver Falls is out of sorts. You're at 5 seconds on the play clock. They hurried up. Back to pass. Throws it out there. Got, the wickets. And Denari Harris unable to get the ball caught.
And
that is a huge 3-and-out for the Wolverines defense.
And that was Caden Brickner back there. He's thrown a decent amount, set 10 passes.
So Beaver Falls gets away from what they were doing.
Wow.
For the first 3 quarters of the game.
My goodness.
And Ellwood City makes them pay. Now back punting is Zashawn McKelvey. He's a junior. Speedy. High snap. Loses it. Going to try to kick it. Michael Walters going to ride him down all the way back at the 25-yard line. Huge play by Michael Walters. Not giving up the high snap to McKelvey.
Wow.
Corrals it. He tries running around, and McKelvey is fast. But the big guy, the 6'6", Michael Walters, drags him down. Wolverines with field position, down by 8. A whole court, 11 minutes left to go in this game. Have the ball at the Beaver Falls 25-yard line. What a turn of events here in the last 2 minutes of play.
I am speechless.
Smiley now in the shotgun. Got 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Hands it off. Elijah ridden down there. Not much of a gain on that one. As number 60 makes a tackle that we don't have on the roster.
Number 5. That's number 5 for us.
We did get that.
Yep.
Sims with the stop for about a 1-yard gain. Beaver Falls has been able to contain Elijah Palmer McCain up to this point this evening, but the pass game has been effective. Smiley in the shotgun. Back to pass to lefty. Looks. Throws it down there for Michael Walters. Touchdown!
No.
Mike!
He said no.
No. Oh. Sorry, folks. Did he lose it when he
I
came?
think when he came down, yep.
he had it.
Wow.
Dragged the feet. I thought it was in.
Oh, man.
I was with you in that. I saw
Yes.
the VAR judge.
I apologize, folks, because it sure looked good, but the ball did come out. A beautiful pass laid out there. Walters used them long legs to get a step on the would-be defender. So now, 3rd down and 9. Wolverines got to capitalize off that muffed punt, Brad. They really do.
2 down territory, no doubt.
Yep.
But you want to get some yards here.
Yes, you do. On a 3rd and
Anything
9.
positive.
Back to pass to Smiley.
He's got him.
He's got him right there.
Wide open.
It's Elijah Palmer McCain. He's going to find his way. Touchdown that time, that's for sure. Elijah goes 24 yards for the touchdown to bring the Wolverines within 2 points of Beaver Falls. Brad, we were sitting here with 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, down by 16. We come back 4.5 minutes later, and we're down by 2. Huge 2-point conversion. See, and Beaver Falls, I have not mentioned this in other plays. Last week we saw Elijah come out of the backfield like that. In this earlier plays, he was covered. That time, nobody was within 10 yards of him. And he almost had to turn to get the ball, but the speedy Palmer McCain, huge 2-point conversion here. Going for the ties, the Wolverines. Smiley in the shotgun, back to pass. He's rolling out to the left.
Dominic
looking,
Hope.
throws it across his body. Oh, Luciano
the official.
Gagrick.
The official.
Oh, it hit the official.
The official
well,
picked
the
it.
Ellwood
and-
player ran into the
Yeah.
official trying to get the
Yep.
ball.
And that's
Yes,
what.
and that's
Oh, boy.
that's how the cookie crumbled on that one. So at 10:15, the Wolverines find themselves down by 2. But wait,
There was a flag.
a flag on the Wolverines, and it was declined. I did not see what the call was.
I have a feeling maybe a
he-
lineman downfield.
He hit the top of his head.
Yeah,
Whatever.
lineman
okay.
downfield.
Yeah, and that as long as that play was to develop. But
But nonetheless, we still got
we
10-15.
got a football game, 10-15 to go. That play, that sequence there, Brad, the 3 and out by Beaver Falls, followed by the muff punt, give you the ball on the 25-yard line, and the Wolverines capitalizing.
Just the levels. That was a big play. That was a big play.
Yeah.
That was a big. It
Yep.
just kept building and building.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to bend. Don't break. We've seen that. You give up 16 in the 3rd. You come back. Yes, it's only 14, but you put 14 up, and you're just one score out of it.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And you put up 14 in about 3.5 minutes.
That's big, too. You're right.
Of
You're
play.
right. Plenty of time left.
So, Miss Caitlin Kreitzer now on to kick off. We've seen a lot in this game. We've seen 40-yard pass plays. We've seen big runs. We've seen an onside kick that worked. Now, Caitlin Kreitzer. Here's the run-up and the kick. High and over and kick. Taken there at the 22-yard line. Got a hole. There, he's gone. One person to beat is Caitlin Kreitzer. He runs past her. Are you kidding me? Into the end zone he goes. Was number 6, Michael Blackshear. He went
Officially the 23-yard line. So
60, a bunch of freaking yards for the kickoff return.
77.
77, thank you. Wow, he had a
said
seam, and he made them pay.
We said it. Don't kick to the returner sometimes, and this one just bites the Wolverines. If there isn't any good thing, it's 10:03.
But that 2-point conversion now, up by 8. This 2-point conversion here is huge. So
10 seconds on the play clock.
yeah,
You're right, Dakota. It's coming into play here.
He has 1 second.
This is not gonna get off in time.
It's not going to get off.
It's zeros. Look at the clock. It's zeros.
No, they're giving him more time. Oh, what a play to save it there. The junior Twaddell takes him down way in the backfield. The attended runner, Denari Harris, he had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide as Twaddell took him down. So that is huge, Brad. Keeps us within 8.
Yep.
So, folks, let's take a quick timeout.
Yeah.
Welcome back, folks. That kickoff return by Denari Harris. That's his second score in this half. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. So Wolverines will get the ball at the 35-yard line, only down by 8. That play by Twaddell. We might be sitting here as we're getting ready for the football banquet this winter, Brad, and put an asterisk beside that play as a huge play, because it was. He just darted through there, as we've seen him do many times, and he couldn't have done it at a bigger time to keep this game to 8. So now the Wolverines on offense. They can score quick. They can score on a long drive. We just need points. Smiley in the shotgun. Back to pass. Wants to go deep to Walters and just let him a little bit too much. Good coverage there, but Walters might have had a step, but need a little bit more. That time, Smiley had some pressure up in the grill and had to get rid of that ball pretty quick. Ball falls incomplete. Now 2nd down and 10. Game that's just had a little bit of everything in it. Not many penalties for the Wolverines, which has been a good thing. And not a lot for Beaver Falls either, but costly ones. Smiley now back to back. Got a man in the middle. There it is to Elijah Palmer McCain down that right side. Zigs and zags all the way out to the 48-yard line. That's going to be enough. Move the sticks for the Wolverines. 1st down. Number 23 in there to make the stop was Bricks Rawl. So 1st down for the Wolverines. 9:42. Something to keep in mind, both teams just with 1 timeout remaining. And in a tight game, you might wish you had a few more of them as it winds down. Now Smiley, shotgun, back to pass. Running for his life. And just wisely throws it away, because he had hard pressure coming from number 64, Malachi West. Off that left side was West in heavy pursuit. So now 2nd down and 10. Ball being placed here on the near hash mark at the 47-yard line. So Smiley now got about 12 seconds on the play clock. Going to have plenty of time, we hope. Got one wide out to the right. Michael Walters on the near side this time. Smiley back to pass. Throws it out there. A 2nd time tonight. Beaver Falls had the interception but dropped it. Pugh, I think it was almost too easy to catch, and he missed it. And he's slapping his head because he knew he had it. Was trying, I believe, to go for Curie that time and just overshot his mark a little bit, and Pugh was back there. So now, 3rd down and 10. Where are the Wolverines at on 3rd downs? That's fine. We'll get it later. Smiley now on this 3rd and 10. Back to pass. Throws it out there to Walters. And a saving tackle there. McKelvey with the tackle. McKelvey gets the catch, but only gets about 3 yards. We'll give him 2. But well defensive played there by McKelvey to bring down Walters, because if he don't bring him down, Brad, Walters still might be running.
Yep. We said that almost all night long. Just one tackle away, 30, 40-yard gains. Yep. And here we go.
And that's the thing tonight. They're getting them stopped.
Plenty of time left, but
on 4th down.
4th down
4th
play.
and 8. Ball on right close to midfield. Smiley in the shotgun.
Oh, he's got the wheel route with Palmer McCain.
And it's thrown up there, and ball falls incomplete. They've tried that wheel route, and that time, I've been watching it, Brad, I believe it's number 6, Black Shear, is just kind of job shadowing Palmer McCain, which he did not do on the touchdown pass.
Correct.
That time, they had the coverage. Ball over on downs. Third time tonight that the Wolverines have not been able. They did it once,
and that was
they're 1 for 4, but them 3 times they didn't are huge. Now
that's a product of you want to go for it because you got to be aggressive. At the same time, if you punt the ball away, we saw it return on the kickoff.
I know, but
still plenty of time.
At this point, you're
just
at
one
midfield.
timeout though.
Yeah. Right now, the Wolverines need to get one of them 3 and outs, or even better yet, a turnover. Jet sweep around that side. Gets up. Oh, what a play! Daccio, he saved about 10 yards by coming in there to make that stop. They gained 5, but Daccio came down that line with a head of steam and that was McKelvey, I do believe, stopped. So pick up a 5. You don't want to applaud a 5-yard gain too much, but there was more blockers downfield. That could have been disastrous. Don't be surprised if you see Beaver Falls do that play again.
And run this clock down as far as they can.
And that's the thing right now. They might as well use all
get
the
5
play clock
yards
they can.
Yep.
Gets the snap. Pugh.
Keeper.
Up the middle he goes. The keeper, he's going to get the first down. So he needed 5. Got about 5 1/4. I hate to say this.
You're going to have to fill the box.
But where some of these officials have spotted the ball tonight, I really don't like to say for sure until I see them doing it. For both sides.
Yep.
Both sides.
So now Ellwood City, you see it already. You can see it. There's only three linebackers and 2 DBs. They're pulling everybody to the line now officially.
Well, they've thrown the ball 3 times tonight.
Yep.
Am I correct?
Yep.
Maybe 4. Not many is my point.
No.
But Caden Brickner's in there at quarterback again. He's been the one that's thrown it. This time gets it. A little bit of a low snap, but gives it up the middle he goes. Bowling people over was Rawl.
Yeah, and you can't have that. That was a fumbled or bad snap, and he still gets 8 yards. You cannot have that.
39 with the tackle.
O'Brien with the tackle, but picks up 7. And Brickner now is doing the quarterback duties by the looks of things. He's a senior. He's a cousin to Jared Brickner, the outstanding player of Beaver Falls who graduated just this past year. So right now, with them not passing the ball, Brad, that clock is not the Wolverines' friend. Handoff this time, bounces to the outside is Rawl. He's at the 20, the 15, blockers downfield, gets it all the way down.
Fumbled the ball, but out of bounds.
He was out of bounds, but not before he picked up 29 yards. Give him 30 yards on that run. Rawl that time not doing the hard work in the middle, bounces it to the outside. That's a backbreaker, Brad.
Yep. And they're going to say that he was. Well, now
they stopped the clock. He's out of bounds. So 1st and goal now for Beaver Falls.
Technically 3 more seconds up on that board. Just saying.
So in the shotgun, hands it off, Rawl, and he tiptoes his way into the end zone for the Beaver Falls touchdown, making the score 42-28. Extra point forthcoming. Rawl, how many scores is that for him tonight, Brad?
Oh, it's a plenty. We'll get him here in 1 second.
Didn't mean to put you on the spot
no,
there.
You did.
We're kind of tight for note space here tonight to make many notes. So 42-28 is the Beaver Falls Tigers have the lead. They're going to go for that 2-point conversion. We've not seen an extra point attempt here all night by either one of the teams. Brickner now hands off to Rawl, and he's going to get bottled.
Yep, didn't get it.
Getting up there, P.J. Du Bois. Blow the whistle, guys. It's over. So short of the goal line. So for the 2-point conversion does not go. The last 2-point conversions did not go for Beaver Falls. But with that, they have a 14-point lead, leading our Wolverines 42-28. Timeout, folks. Welcome back, folks. Beaver Falls kicking off. 6 minutes remaining in this game. Both teams one timeout remaining. The Wolverines find themselves down now by 2 scores, 14 points. Here's the run up and the kick. And taken there by one of the up men, Declan O'Brien. Makes a man miss and gets a nice return out to the 50-yard line. Ran about 14 yards on that return. So Wolverines will set up shop with pretty good field position. But right now, time is not their friend. Now they're going to give it to the 49-yard line. So lots of scoring here tonight. We saw lots of scoring last week. So Wolverines, 1st and 10, the 49-yard line. 1 wide out to the left. 2 wide outs to the right. Watch the drag. Watch Michael Walters go deep. Fakes it. Oh, under pressure. Throws it down there to Luciano Gagrick. Makes the catch. What a catch by Luch. All the way down to the 22-yard line. Pickup of 27 on the play.
Number 6 with the tackle, Blackshear.
And laid it up there. What a catch. Kind of acrobatic as he turned his body. Did Luch the ball at the 22-yard line. We needed a quick score. Did us as the Wolverines. Smiley now. Using that center of the field to pass the ball. Found it that time once again. Back to pass. Smiley. Stays in that pocket. Finds his man. And taken down quickly was number 1, Dominic Hogue. So that's going to be all the way down to 11, the 11-yard line.
Should be a first down.
Should be a first down. And it is. They're moving the stick. So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. The Wolverines making quick work here with that good field position after O'Brien's return. Smiley hands off to Elijah Palmer McCain, and he's bottled up there. Big number, I believe it's 77. Picked up 2, down to the 10-yard line. Biggest problem with that play is not the fact you only got 2 yards, but you're going to lose about a minute on that play.
Yep.
And yes, they are. You're down to 4:15.
With 1 timeout.
Smiley now surveys, gets the snap. Wants to go under pressure. Avoids the sack and wisely throws it away.
Yep.
Because if he's sacked, you got a rolling clock. And number 12, I believe, was in there, as well as number 60, Sims. Ball falls incomplete. Does stop the clock with 4:05 remaining. Wolverines at the 10-yard line. They can get a first down if they get her down to about it says the 4. I'm going to think of more than 2. So got Gilchrist out far right, Hogue in the slot. Elijah to Chris's left, or to their right, and Walters on the far side. And we got a whistle stopping the play.
Flag.
And we'll wait to see. I didn't see it, but they're going to tell us. As the official makes his way. False start. So you're going to knock him back 5 yards. So now at the 15-yard line, Wolverines will have it. 3rd and 13. 4:05 remaining. Penalty stopped the clock. So Smiley, back to pass, the lefty. Looks, got room in the pocket, throws it way out there, and what a beautiful attempt, but falls a little bit short.
Is that Gagrick?
As Gagrick was out there, he dove for it, gave it his all, and really Chris threw that about the only place he could for Luch to have a chance to catch it, and just was. It would have been amazing. It would have been catch of the year if he'd have caught that one.
Yep. So this will set up 4th down and 13. The yards don't matter. What does is just get it to the end zone some way or some fashion.
Yep. technically you can get a first down if you get it inside the 2. But, hey, if you're going to get it that close, just put it in the end zone.
Yep.
Big fourth down here. The Wolverines 1 for 4 tonight.
2 wide receivers on both sides.
Back to pass. Looking is Smiley. Got a man in the corner of the end zone, and that one is intercepted by number 4, McKelvey. Would have been over on downs. That actually works out better for him. We'll get the ball at the 20 as first turnover tonight for the Wolverines as McKelvey there was in coverage. And Smiley was just hoping something good would come of that. Unfortunately for the Wolverines, it ended up in the hands of McKelvey. 1st and 10, Beaver Falls, 3:54. They can play first down mode now, as they'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. Stick around, folks, for our post-game show. Brad will have some out-of-town scores as well as stats from this game. So there's a handoff to Rawl, makes a man miss. He's going to spins his way forward. Stop mate there. Daccio, I believe, was in there, or Twiddell was, but he picked up 8, keeping the clock rolling. So now at the 28-yard line, Wolverines feeling kind of helpless right now.
Unfortunately, so are we.
Yeah.
Good third and fourth quarter spurt there by Ellwood to get back.
Yeah, but the problem was that 16-point runoff there.
Big hole to fill.
That was a big hole to fill, and then that kickoff return was the backbreaker.
Yep, it was. Good call.
Handoff to Rawl once. Oh, hit there immediately
Is that Twiddell
by
again?
Twiddell.
He's
having a game. No gain on the play. So going to be 3rd down. I think if you're Ellwood City, why don't you use that timeout now?
That would have been the time to call it.
Yep, because you're going to roll 30 seconds off the clock here to get you just a little over 2 minutes.
This is your down right here. Unless they think,
3rd and 2. They've been pretty effective on 3rd downs to this point. Have they punted yet? I don't believe so.
Us once.
No.
Them?
No. Handoff. Oh, Twiddell had him. Roll, zigs and zags, and son of a gun, he found a way. Needed 2, got 4. I thought he was wrapped up again in the backfield, but he slipped away from one tackler. I believe O'Brien was in there to finally get him stopped. But more importantly, that moves the sticks to that first down.
And we correct ourselves. They did punt once. That's why that fumble.
Oh, right,
on the punt return.
Okay.
Yeah. Give credit, Bricks Roll. 3 rushing touchdowns tonight, and we'll talk about the yards after the game's over. My goodness.
He's got to have some yards racked up by now. Just under 2 minutes to play here, and a new set of downs for Beaver Falls. And they're looking at the play clock now more than we are because they're letting her get down as far as they can. Rawl up that right side stays. You just saw I'm not going the outside. I'm just going to stay here in the middle and keep her going. And Declan Gray brings him down. But once again, another 9-yard run for Rawl. This Beaver Falls offense has been, I would say, pretty predictable. When you saw Rawl back there, you knew it was going to keep kind of between the tackles, let him pinball around, and then they would sprinkle in Denari Harris or McKelvey. You knew it was going to be swept around, and the Wolverines just could not get it stopped or maintained. Under a minute to go here in the game on this 2nd down. Handoff. Rawl makes a man miss. Rolls his way through. He's off to the races. All the way down to the 29-yard line. Ridden down there by Elijah Palmer McCain. But another big run stat builder there as he goes all the way down to the 28-yard line.
I was going to say that carry was huge for him, and he clearly broke that one easily.
So
we'll talk about that one afterwards.
A big run there.
Officially, 31 on the play?
I want to think so, yeah. So it is it's just down to 23 seconds. I think we're going to take the kneel down.
Yep, there it is.
And that's going to be the game, folks. Hard-fought game by the Wolverines. Games come down to just a few plays, and that was the case tonight. That kickoff return, I think, just really was a gut punch because they fought their way back and found themselves with the final score tonight. Beaver Falls Tigers on homecoming night win the game 42-28. Folks, we're going to have some, take a moment here. Brad will get some stats put together for you, and we'll have a little bit of a post-game show. We'll be right back.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Reeves Field. Final score in favor of the Beaver Falls Tigers, 42-28. So they'll improve to 4-4, 3-2 in conference play. And with that victory, it sets them basically a game away from indirectly clinching. The way how things work out the next couple of weeks, or literally tomorrow, there's a couple of things going on. But in reality, next week we'll figure out for sure the top 4. It may come down to that last week, Thad, for that 5th spot.
Yes, it will.
Wolverines fall to 4-4, but 2-3 in section play. But we'll talk about these out-of-town scores here shortly that will keep the Ellwood City fans positive as much as you can be after tonight's game. Some stats. Let's look at some final stats here up on your screen. Final score 42-28. Rushing yards for Beaver Falls, officially 391 on the evening. Big numbers for Beaver Falls. That is to compensate with a donut, a 0 for passing, and they didn't have to tonight at all. They threw the ball like 3 or 4 times, and that was it. On the flip side, rushing yards, Palmer Kane and company just held to 51 yards. Elijah was held 18 for 35 on the evening, but he did have 2 rushing touchdowns in the goal line area. And again, the flip side, they didn't really necessarily have to run the ball. They passed the ball fairly well. 227 tonight for the Wolverines for total yards, 278 to 391 in favor of Beaver Falls. That one turnover, not really costly. It is what it is.
Down.
It was 4th down. It was in the end zone. You needed to score. But in the end, that one, unfortunately, will go just as a stat line. 3 penalties for 15 yards compared to 6 for 47. A pretty fairly clean game after we got past that first quarter little ruckus between the two teams. So there are your stats. Individual stats. Elijah Palmer Kane, 18 for 35, 2 touchdowns. Bricks Rawl, have a day, 29 carries, 227 for 3 touchdowns. He averaged 7.8 per carry. And then it's weird, but it took that last play to have a long of 31 yards. That was not to be outdone. Denari Harris, he had 5 carries, 87 yards on the evening, 1 touchdown. Zayshawn McKelvey, 7 carries, 61 yards on the evening. Gary Pugh, 3 carries, 27 yards. So some pretty big numbers there for Beaver Falls. 5 rushing touchdowns, all on the ground. On the flip side, Chris Smiley, 13 of 30, 1 interception, 2 passing touchdowns, 227, and that long of 63 to kick things off. Had the Wolverine fans kind of glued to their seat from there on out for the rest of this game. Daylon Curley did finish with 2 catches for 67 yards and that touchdown. Michael Walters, 3 for 47. Luciano Gackrick, 3 for 42. Elijah Palmer Kane, 3 for 40 and a touchdown. A.J. Grinnan, 1 for 21. Dominic Hogue, 1 for 10. So there's that stat line. Scoring-wise, Bricks Raw had 22 points, and he led the charge, 22 of those 42. On the flip side, Elijah Palmer Kane, he had 20 of the 28. All right, folks, here we go. Some out-of-town scores here. Let's see. Final score, Mohawk defeated Freedom 44-20. So Mohawk will improve to an undefeated conference record. They'll be officially, 5-0 on the season. Freedom will fall to just 1-4 with that loss. As I'm tabulating everything up here. Neshannock stays undefeated as well. They're 5-0 in conference play. They beat Riverside 64-20. Riverside falls to 0-5 in conference play. No wins on the season so far for Riverside. Last one here for the MAC Conference. Western Beaver, big win, 53-0 over New Brighton. So New Brighton once again 0-5. And I think Western Beaver, what was their you know what?
2-3.
They were 2-3?
Yep.
Or are they 3-2? You know what? Let's just throw it up there. Why not? Let's put those standings up there. Western Beaver was 3-1, so now they're 4-1. Oh. So you've got 5-0 Mohawk, 5-0 Neshannock, 4-1 Western Beaver, followed by that 4 seed now Beaver Falls 3-2. Ellwood City controls their destiny basically from here on out. 2-3, Freedom 1-4, and then the 0-5s Riverside and New Brighton. So that would basically, if I'm looking at this correctly here, Thad, as I missed my line there. With 2 more section games, that means Mohawk clinches, Neshannock clinches, as well now officially Western Beaver does clinch. So that will leave. Beaver Falls has the opportunity to clinch next week, and if everything plays out the way we're thinking here potentially, it may come down to that last week, Week 9, the Rivell Cup, Ellwood City and Riverside.
If they win that, they're in.
Some out of town scores. Aliquippa defeated Newcastle 55-7. Central Valley had a lead up on Ambridge at halftime. Don't have an updated score there. Southside defeated Laurel 35-7. Union beat Northgate 20-0. Big one there, late going into the fourth quarter, very late game. Clareton at Rochester 18-15. So there you go. Thad?
So with that, folks, once again, Michael's Furniture, no donation tonight, but we do appreciate the $400 for each $100 win that the Wolverines get each this year. Next week, Monday night, Central Valley Senior Night Volleyball. Soccer is done, but keep apprised to all of our social media accounts, Ellwood City Facebook page, Brad Windhorst on Twitter. Dakota, anything else?
Nope.
Okay, on behalf of Dakota Marshall, Brad Windhorst, producer, man with the plan, the man that got it all, and myself, Thad Sturgeon, we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night.